I didn't even like officially start yet, and we already got a follow. Thank you very much, Mr. Booman925. I'm still in the midst of preparation, so it'll be a little bit before I officially start. But I do appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, we got some of the stuff figured out. Still a little bit early, but you know, I might just say screw it and kind of just go at it. Alright, okay, I have to remember how I did the buttons. I've been gone for just like 5 days, I want to say, roughly. I went to Boise, Idaho for a wedding. I think I mentioned that at the end of my Mass Effect stream. The wedding was good. The reception was fantastic. It was nice getting to see everyone. Damn, yo, you weren't kidding about going live. Yeah, I like to make sure to do it just a little bit beforehand. So, trip was really nice. I'm glad to be back. I really just saw the post. I try my best to try to space it, but sometimes I'm kind of iffy on that. So, how you doing, man? I'm still getting a little bit done on my end. That's the wrong button. Fast scene on, style set. For these ones, mono is best. It is funny, so just killing time. I get that. Either way, I appreciate the follow at the very least. Yeah, I'm a couple minutes early, but you know what? Screw it. We're starting now. We're good. It's raining here and hot as hell, or hot AF. Yeah, it's not even raining over here, and it's. I think when I got back from my trip, it was like almost 90 degrees, and man, or almost 100 is like 95-ish. I am not happy with that. I like a little bit more temperate, kind of towards 70. You woke me up. Will you check the clock? My alarm clock is a little bit off, so I will set it off of my phone. It is 2. I should probably go backwards. Hi, kiddos. How are you? Here we go. 2:56 in the afternoon. That is the time for me. You're all right? Have you done any streams today, or did you just come by to see what's up before starting yours? Also, let me know if the sound needs to go up or down. I've kind of refinagled with my stuff. My plans got fucked. Oh no. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Ook. We saw you in the last game. That's not supposed to be there. I hope I didn't fuck up the ROM too much. I've only done very light editing to the ROM to make sure some Pokemon are available that aren't originally available. And, well, I did have to run it through the randomizer to allow for, like, the trade evolutions to be available. So that might be why it did that. My name is Dusty. Fun times and tough challenges, I mean, kind of. So, Gen 2 Pokemon is like one of my favorites. I love these, like, for this kind of pixel style, I know it's been smoothed up a little bit just because I'm running a filter over my my totally official Game Boy. I really love the aesthetics design, like just design-wise. I have a lot of fond memories of this game. I love the sheer amount of content you can do, but I know that it's a goddamn mess. Cause, oh yeah, you don't start with the potion on this one, or at least not from there, because the EXP curve is kind of nuts, and when you get to go to Kanto, the only real challenges you get out of that is blue and red. Hello, mother. I plan on an adventure. Our neighbor, Professor Allen, was looking for you. Why didn't he visit me in my room like Professor Oak did? We need to fix that window. He said he wanted you to do something for him. Oh, I almost forgot. Your Pokemon gear is back from the repair shop. Here you go. Also, I've distracted myself a little bit. What happened to your plans, Kitas? Were you planning on doing like a specific set of games or what? I'm kind of curious. It's essential if you want to be a good trainer. Oh, the day of the week isn't set. Switch wasn't charged. Oh, you know, that'll do it. Yo, I'll probably be back. Gotta drive home in this rain. Well, drive safe. Don't die. That's bad for your health. Mustn't forget that. Today, I think, is Monday. Okay. Yeah, we did so much during that wedding that on Saturday I had to send a message to my boss at work, and I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna be kind of exhausted when I get back. Can I have Monday off as well? And they're just like, sure. And that gives me another day off, because Tuesdays are a day that I naturally have off. Is it daylight savings? I never know what it means by this. If it's on or off. I want to say yes. By the way, do you know how to use the phone? Yes. Just turn the gear on and select the phone. It's like a phone. Who you? Hello, I'm visiting. Have you heard? My daughter is adamant about becoming Professor Elm's assistant. She really loves Pokemon. Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of people really like Pokemon in this universe. It's kind of hard not to. They're adorable as hell. Yeah, water. Dusty, there you are. I needed to ask you a favor. I'm conducting new Pokemon research right now. I was wondering if you could help me with it. You see, I'm writing a paper that I want to present at a conference, but there are some things I don't quite understand yet. So I'm going to give this job to a literal, like, 10, 11-year-old. So, I'd like you to raise a Pokemon that I caught recently. Thanks, you're a great help. When I announce my findings, I'm sure we'll delve a bit deeper into the many mysteries of Pokemangs. You can count on it. Then the oh-so-fun beep of email. Okay. Hey, listen, I have an acquaintance called Mr. Pokemon. I wonder, like, I think in Heart Gold and Soul Silver they say, like, he's called Mr. Pokemon, but I wonder if it's just, like, his actual name and some fucker is just like, I really like Pokemon, I'm gonna change my last name to it. Keeps finding weird things and raving about his discoveries. Anyways, I just got an email from him saying that this time it's real. It is intriguing, but we're busy with our Pokemon research. Wait, I know. Can you go in our place? I want you to raise one of the Pokemon contained in these balls. Will be that Pokemon's first partner, Dusty. Go on, pick one. Okay, I just had a notification and I thought it was something else. Okay, so it's still the same ones, I think. I want to make sure. Yep, Totodiles. So probably Chikorita's in this last one. So, when I told my friends, which they may or may not be watching at the moment, I know a good chunk of them are still technically at the wedding party. They went camping afterwards, but I didn't want to extend my time a little too much. But when I told them about the Pokemon Crystal playthrough, they're just like, hey, you should pick Chikorita, because Chikorita is literally like one of the worst starters in the series. And I really don't want to, mostly because because the EXP curve in this game is so fucked, I want to funnel as much EXP as I can into the Pokemon I'm actually gonna use. So I was half expecting one of them to be here to call me out on that, but you know, they aren't, so I think I'm going to pick Cyndaquil. Mostly just because, Fire Mouse. So, mostly I choose Cyndaquil here because, I've edited this ROM to be able to, like, allow you to encounter the starters as well as some of the missing Pokemon. And by going through the route, the first of the starters you'd encounter is actually Totodile. You see him after the first gym. So, since I'm planning on using Cyndaquil through the entire run, I might as well just grab him as early as I can if I can get the other ones about so. So I know for sure I'm going to name my Totodile. So Ketas, since you're here, do you want to name the Cyndaquil? All right, give me your best idea, Toto. Oh yeah, that's right. One of your characters is a mouse, or your main character, I think. Yeah, I'm down with that. It took me a hot second to put it together because I thought you meant like Toto the dog from Alice in Wonderland. Or no, Wizard of Oz. Man, that was a big jump. It's almost a direct route there, so you can't miss it. But just in case, here's my phone number. Call me if anything comes up. I got the professor's phone number. If your Pokemon is hurt, you should heal it with this machine. Feel free to use it anytime. Counting on you. Thanks. So let's take a look at Toto. Ah, I love the little animations they did. Not bad stat-wise, too. Get the berry. I'm going to take the berry for now. Can you dig it? I want you to have this for the errand. That's right, he gives you the starter potion. There's a part of me that wanted to kind of figure out some more technical stuff. And so I'll be honest, I have hacked my DS. Mostly in the effort to try to figure out how to stream from it. But the only way that I found that allowed me to share my DS's screen without using a capture card is super laggy and not great. So I think I'm just going to try to figure out where I can get a capture card for it. Hello, Centrit. And through some of the stuff that I've used to like hack the DS, by technicality, I can now dig into like the data files, and in my virtual console version of Pokemon Crystal, I have a shiny Totodile that I got naturally, and I kind of wanted to pull that over, but I don't know how to do that really, and I didn't have much of the time to figure it out. Get that hidden item ball over here. Man, I just love so much about this game. Just aesthetically, the way everything looks. Like, I definitely like a lot of the later games just because they do improve upon everything, but there is something so adorable about like how charming this game is, as well as like it looks old, but it's also it aged pretty well in my eyes. I know that's probably a lot of nostalgia speaking. Oh, so close. Okay, since I want to save the berry, I kind of want to just ignore combat now, since I'm at like 6 HP. And it bothers me that this is like the most on par that the wild Pokemon that you encounter in this generation is. Everyone else is just like, the farther in you get, the lower the scaling is. Like, that's the easiest way that I can put it. Because you'll get to, like, the Elite Four, and the highest level Pokemon you can encounter is, like, maybe in the 20s or 30s, I think. It's not great, because you're fighting, like, level 50 Pokemon for the Elite Four. Grinding in this game is not great, but, you know, I still love it. Hi, old man. You're a rookie trainer, aren't you? I can tell. I know more than you. That's okay, everyone is a rookie at some point. If you'd like, I can teach you a few things. Sure. Okay then, follow me. Center, they heal your Pokemon in no time. You'll be relying on them a lot, so you better learn about them. This is a Pokemart. They sell balls for catching wild Pokemon and other useful items. Route 30 is out this way. Trainers will be battling their prized Pokemon there. This is the sea, as you can see. Some Pokemon are found only in water. And some of them are pretty good. Here, it's my house. Thanks for your company. Let me give you a small gift. Pokegear becomes more useful as you add cards. I wish you luck on your journey. So yeah, the Pokegear is really neat. You get a map here, and then you get to call people if you put them into your phone. Give me 1 second. Okay. I had a loogie, to be honest. So yeah, let's see. Union Cave is where you can encounter Totodile. Ilex Forest is where you can encounter Chikorita. And then all the way up here in the Burned Tower, that's where you can encounter a Cyndaquil. All of them have really low encounter rates. I think they're like 1%. So there's not a whole lot, but it's something. And actually, I'm going to run back and grab a berry here. I'm going to be lurking. Fair enough. Hopefully you get to enjoy the nostalgia trip like I am, because as much as I'm griping about this generation, I do love it. Barrel. Crystal was your first game. Oh! Do you remember which starter you chose? I'm guessing maybe Cyndaquil, I'm guessing. Nice. Solid choice. I get that. Honestly, I very rarely pick grass types. I lean mostly towards fire or water type, depending on which one it is. Like, let's see, for Generation 1, I think I mostly choose Charizard. Granted, I do yellow, so I get all of them. Gen 2, I mostly pick water. Gen 3, I pick fire. Gen 4 is one of the rare ones where I choose grass, just because Turtwig / Torterra is awesome. Just fantastic. It's a shame Ice type just ruins him. Let's see, Gen 5, I pick water. Gen 6, I choose fire. Granted, I'm also pretty partial to the grass type in that one. Chestnut is a pretty solid mon, but I do prefer... Like, I like Delphox. Fire Psychic is a really neat typing. And then I do also really like Greninja. Water and Dark is really fun. Let's see, after that... After that one is... Gen 6, which is... Sun and Moon. So that one, my first choice was Litten, the fire type. But then that was one of the other ones where I leaned a little bit more towards the grass type, because Decidueye is pretty cool. And then the most recent one, I chose I chose Cinderace. So, a lot of fire. A little, actually, I think mostly fire, now that I'm thinking about it. It's just such a good offensive type. Mr. Caterpie, I need you to die. I just want to continue this theory. Get out of here, you dumb bird. I'd rather be tackled than hit by sand attack, if I'm being honest. Oh, so close. That's what I like to see. It's actually a good bit of EXP for now. So I think we get a berry from him, and I think maybe a berry from the dude inside. I know in the remake he gives you like the apricot box, because they changed apricots and berries from like doing their own kind of shtick. I took one step into this patch of grass, and you have betrayed me, Pidgey. Fuck, I don't remember what level Cyndaquil learns Ember. I know he is in, like, most of the fire types where they get it at, like, level 6 or 7. I think he gets Ember at, like, 11 or 12. An antidote. I don't know if I can run into anything that can poison me at this point, but it is nice to have. It's a poison Gear Bear. Hello, hello. Professor Elm said that you would visit. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. It's an egg! Fry it up. Scramble that shit. I know a couple who run a Pokemon daycare service. They gave me... Holy fuck, that yawn just snuck up on me. Apologies. They gave me that egg. I was intrigued, so I sent mail to Professor Elm. For Pokemon evolution, Professor Elm is the authority. Even Professor Oak here recognizes that. If my assumption is correct, Professor Elm will know it. Aha! I feel like maybe at the start in like Gen 1, or at least around the time Gen 1 was happening, Professor Oak wasn't quite as big. But I think he was just, like, the main authority. But he wasn't, like, a really big professor until, like, Red went around, filled out his Pokédex, and just, like, did everything. And Professor Oak was like, yeah, that was the kid I picked. And just kind of rode off of his success. That's kind of a thought that I've had recently about that. I'm Oak, a Pokemon professor. I was just visiting my old friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Ooh, what's this? A rare Pokemon? Let's see. I see. I understand why Professor Elm gave you a Pokemon for this errand. To researchers like Professor Elm and I, Pokemon are our friends. We saw that you would treat your Pokemon with love and care. Ah! You seem to be dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Then, I mean, it seems like he's, like, the only one who makes the Pokédex. I know that there's, like, a few of them that kind of go around that, like, make their version of it. But it just really feels like Professor Oak just kind of shoehorned his fame off of Red, and... I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking into it too much. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokédex, but I've stayed too long. I have to get to Goldenrod for my usual radio show. I'm counting on you. I really hope that voice isn't super annoying. Pokemon should have some rest. Free heal is a free heal, and I appreciate that. Hello, Dusty. It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no. Please get back here now. I really can't say I remember what I thought when I first saw that. Like, it's like the first time that you see something, like, kind of a sense of urgency, or at least they're trying to implement that. Bonk this worm. Well, I mean, it's a caterpillar, so I can't really call it a worm. So, let's see. I chose fire, so that means we're gonna end up dealing with a water type for my rival. So that's gonna be fun. Oh, not Pokemon. Okay. So, let's move that. Got the mystery egg. I do like that they have a bunch of, like, pockets for this, though it always feels weird, like, how they have it set up. Like, I like it, but it's also kind of jarring, because it's like, you have a side pocket for the asinine amount of items you can carry. You have this pocket for the Pokeballs, which, I mean, considering in the anime, like, the Pokeballs can change size depending on, like, when they're ready to be used. That makes sense. I feel like that's a pretty decent spot. The main one for the key items makes sense because you get some pretty decently sized key items. And then TM's in there, considering they're canonically like a CD. I can just imagine some kid carrying around like a bunch of music CDs in a backpack like that. And man, I would not be a happy parent if I found that. Got a Pokemon from the lab. What a waste. A wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. And then we get the first instance of a rival battle theme, and it's a really good one too. Like, let me bump up the volume a little bit. Such a good theme. Okay, well, we'll bump that back down. But, yeah, I love this battle theme. It's a really good one. Chiododiel. I had a brain fart there. I was just kind of like sitting there thinking. I remember in Gold and Silver, Feraligator's color sprite was not quite, like, true to what their official art was, and I can't remember if Totodile and Cyndaquil, or, like, Totodile and Croconaw did the same thing. Because I know, for the most part, the color palette they used for Gold and Silver Feraligator is actually what they now use for his shiny sprite, barring the change of his back quills going from like red to that light blue, or I guess it's more of a dark blue. Totodile, I need you to back off. I don't like those misses. Oh, so close. Come on, Toto. There we go. Attaboy. Are you happy you won? A little bit, yeah. Going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. So I forget. Move. So yeah, this is the way that you can tell what your Pokemon's moves are. And I like that they did this. I'm sad that they didn't add, like, the accuracy until Gen 3. If I remember, Tackle's accuracy in this generation is not great. As well, I mean, in comparison, like it's like an 80-ish or like 85. I will also say the fact that, like, you technically wouldn't know the dude's name. Or, no, wait, he says, like, I'm I'm gonna be the greatest Pokemon trainer. Like, the fact that he does it like that is really dumb, because it's just like, why would you steal a Pokemon and then just go around like, this is my name, eat shit. Because the way they handled it in Heart Gold, Soul Silver was a lot better, because he just drops his trainer card, like a dumbass. Apparently he's a young male with long red hair. What, you battled a trainer like that? Did you happen to get his name? So, let's see, in this generation, Silver is the canonical name. Because I usually just use the canonical names for the rivals. Hence why the yellow playthrough, our rival was blue. Silver was his name. Thanks for helping my investigation. I really wish his hair was actually just like silver colored, because, I mean, the fuck. Blue's entire, like, official outfit was mostly blue, I guess. And then Red's was mostly red, so it made sense. The addition of green in the manga, not so much, but, you know, what are you gonna do? This is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? I handed off the egg. And he jumps back in surprise. This is my lunch. But is it a Pokemon egg? If it is a great discovery. Professor Oak gave you a Pokédex. Is that true? That's incredible. He is superb at seeing the potential of Pokemon as trainers, as we saw with Red. Wow, Dusty, you may have what it takes to become the champion. You seem to be getting on great with Pokemon, too. You should take on the gym challenge. Closest gym would be the one in Violet City. The road to the championship will be a long one. Before you leave, make sure that you talk to your mom. Use these on your quest. Get some balls. Water. Sup, Ma? Oh, that's a cute Pokemon. Where'd you get it? So you're leaving on an adventure? Okay, I'll help too, but what can I do for you? I know, I'll save money for you. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save your money? No. No. You're really bad at saving money. Pokemon are your friends. You need to work as a team. Now, go on. Like, I really appreciate that they have that thing. It's just like, hey, you can give money to your mom, and that way, if you need more, you can do something with that. But she will go out of her way to spend your money sometimes. Like, she'll give you what she buys, for sure, but it's so aggravating because it's like, you don't always need a certain item. How many Pokemon have you caught? Would you like me to show you how to catch a Pokemon? No, I know more than you. Okay, then. Anyways, if you want to catch Pokemon, you have to walk a lot. I know. Just look at Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go gave me, like, some of the best workout I've ever had in my life, and I'm kind of a fat dude. Like, well, I say fat, I've just got a belly. And maybe some fat thighs, but I'm not actually super fat. But, the summer Pokemon Go came out, that was, like, the most I wanted to go outside and, like, walk around. It's kind of a euphoric feeling, just like now that I'm thinking about it. Like, in the moment, it's just like, yeah, I want to go out and play Pokemon with my friends. But thinking back on it, it's just like, that was a really cool time in my life. And I'm really sad that we don't really get to experience that more. Mostly just because Pokemon Go kind of got a little weird. Mostly, I was just getting mad that all my Pokemons were finding all my Pokemons were finding cool friends. All my friends were finding the cool Pokemon, and I just kept getting like some of the basic ones. I had a very hard time finding any of the like really interesting Pokemon, especially since I think around the time that I hopped in, or like I hopped in when it first came out. It was still in Gen 1, and so there wasn't very many Pokemon I like. I mean, I still like a good chunk from Gen 1, but, you know, give or take. Got another Pidgey. So, also, I know some of the people I know have been trying to be like, hey, you should get an overlay sort of shit. And so I'm sure some of you may have noticed, well, I mean, mostly those of you that show up to the live, because I know this goes to YouTube. I've mostly just been posting raw gameplay footage. I haven't really done like the full overlay, mostly just because it was kind of crappy and not great. And so I'm going to be posting it as this, but for anyone that's just like, it's just like a cool background, it is themed. Look at that. It's Pokemon Crystal. Okay. Wait, you look weak. Come on, let's battle. What a way to start a conversation. Hey, you look like a sucker. Let me beat your ass. My mouse is better than your mouse. Mine's on fire. Always gotta love the early game bits of just tackle, 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 tackle. Key strategies. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know if that burp came through. You're a Pokemon trainer, right? Then you have to battle. Youngster Mikey wants to battle. Sent out a Pidgey. Pidgeol. I will also say one of the main reasons why I wanted to use Cyndaquil for the main team is if I don't use Cyndaquil, my backup fire type would be an Arcanine or a Vulpix, kind of depending on like which one I want to run. And while both are available in this version now, the problem is Firestones are like nigh impossible to get, I think. I don't know if they have any natural appearances in the world map. I think you'd have to get to Celadon to be able to get one. And barring that, the only way to get one is by befriending and getting the phone number of a dude on... It's the route that connects you between, like, Goldenrod, Ecruteak, and Violet City. There's a dude, it's like a school kid or whatever, and sometimes he'll call you and be like, hey, I found this cool thing, I want to give it to you. And sometimes he'll give you, like, an evolutionary stone, but it's a 25% chance, because it can be any one of the 4 of them, so... I'm not too big of a fan for that, and considering that Cyndaquil has like the exact same stat spread as Charizard, barring the flying type shite, or ignoring the flying type shite, I'd say I like Cyndaquil / Typhlosion a little bit more, just a little bit, teensy bit. Okay, so hopefully 1 or 2 more levels until we get Ember, because that's gonna make going through the fucking Sprout Tower so much easier. Oh, right, Dark Cave. Let's see if I can remember the way around to, like... Because I know you can finagle to grab an item. Just like that item up there. Geodude. I gotta say, it's still kind of jarring. Ooh, walking progress. Okay, I distracted myself, sorry. It is a little bit jarring seeing the Pokemon names in lowercase, because I'm so used to seeing them in uppercase, but, like, it's kind of nice, but still weird. I am 100% flying blind as I walk around here, by the way. Ooh, I think we got it. It's a potion! Yeah! Alright. Was it worth? Kinda. Zubat. I can actually beat you up. Because, you know, I'm not using normal type moves against a rock type. Bashing my head against a rock. Oh, but I'm still stuck. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Okay, maybe. I'm out. I'm free. No more dark cave for me. That rhymed. Cool. It's a bitterberry. I think that's... confusion? It's either confusion or sleep. Okay. Huh? I walked too far today looking for Pokemon. My feet hurt and I'm sleepy. If I were a wild Pokemon, I'd be easy to catch. I caught a bunch of Pokemon. Let me battle with you. So this guy is one of the few, like one of the trainers that will ask you for a phone number if you talk to him again. He is also handy because he can get you berries, I think. Like, I think he just runs into, like, a bunch of berries or something like that. So you can use him... I don't know if he has any of the abilities to get some of the good stuff, like the Goldberry, which Goldberry would be fantastic to have for, Stadium. Also just for, like, Petite Cup and all that. Or, is it Petite Cup? It's the cup where you can only use Pokemon that are, like, fresh out of an egg. Caterpillar. Why do you just have level 2 Caterpies? This is the essence of going wide. Like, when it comes to some games, I definitely... kind of prefer going wide, because if you have a like decent amount of stuff and a bunch of weaker dudes can definitely take down a stronger dude, but in Pokemon, it's... because you're just making me stronger. What are you gonna do? Watch him poison me. I fucking called it, you son of a bitch. Take him out. You can catch Pokemon even if you have 6 with you. If you catch one, it'll go to your box automatically. You're awesome. I like you. I look for Pokemon here every day. When I'm in the grass, I find all kinds of berries. If you'd like, I'll share some. Could I get your number? It's him and the school kid who can find the evolutionary stones. Those are really the only ones that I like giving my number to. I'll just do a poison cure berry. The only thing at the moment that I'm interested in catching, I would say, is this fucker right here. Because you can catch one of these and give them to a dude for Nonix, which is pretty nice. Though mostly, since I have Tota the Cyndaquil, I almost called him Tota the Totodile, and that's not the right name. 2 damage. Whatever will I do? And bye. There we go. Is it level 11 for Ember? Ah, fuck. Okay, it's level 12. Let me leave! Please! Ah, the Great Destroyer. A level 4 Weedle. Anytime I hear Weedle's name, I just think of the fucking SpongeBob thing, where they're like helping the Flying Dutchman, and Patrick's like they're doing their cries of the night or whatever, and Patrick's going Weedle, 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 and I just imagine Weedle, 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 Weedle. Sorry, I'm dumb. Hope to see you again. So this is the only town that has actually this color of roofs for the Pokemon Mart and the Pokemon Center, which is a really interesting touch. I actually kind of like that. Hey, you. Well, hey! I was going to snap that tree with my straight arm punch, but I couldn't. I'm a failure. That was a wild jump. So this patch of grass was added in for Crystal, and it wasn't here originally in Gold and Silver. And because this route shares like its placement with the routes up above and to the left, you can actually catch Growlithe, and in this version of Crystal, Vulpix in that grass, which is kind of nice. Actually, before I do the Ruins of Elf stuff, I need to go to the store and buy an escape rope. And singular escape rope. I don't know how many of those that I have. 4 potions, 6 Pokeballs. So I'll just buy an extra potion for now. Nothing else that I really want. So let's see, it's Monday, so Gen 2 does a really cool thing where there's these NPCs that spawn on like each day of the week. Let me see who shows up on Monday. I know it's like Monica or something. So yeah, weak siblings. Monica is for Monday. Come on. Need you to load. So Monica appears on Route 40, and she gives the sharp beak. Where is Route 40? Ah! The water of Olivine City. I don't think I'm going to be able to interact with her. Tuscany is there. Wesley's at the Lake Ridge. Arthur for Thursday. Route 36. There's a few of the items that it would be pretty nice to have, so I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for that and just figure out what day of the week I'm on. But first, I'm gonna do the fun tidbit you can do in Runes of Alph. So we could go up here, and while you can do the puzzle, I'm actually going to save right here in case it does require you to do the puzzle first. So these little things were added in Crystal. Patterns appear on the walls. So if you can kind of read the unknown language, this says escape. Super spooky. As a little kid, that creeped me out a little bit, to be honest. What I didn't know is it's a thing that it's telling you something to do. So if you use an escape rope in front of this, a thing happens. Ah, here's another huge hole. It's big enough to go through. And then you get some items. Find a berry in this one. Find a poison cure berry on here. Energy powder, which is like 50 point HP heal, which is really good at this point in the game, and a heal powder, which I think is a full status heal. I think in the remakes, one of these is like a mystic water, which is pretty cool. I need to get some text. Our words shall remain here for the ages. Our words shall remain here for the ages. And that's the first of the unknown script puzzle. Since I didn't do the other puzzle first, I don't have to deal with any encounters in here, which is kind of nice. Runes of Alph is super creepy, like, in a deep down sense. If you come back here and you have, like, the radio card, if you try to use the radio, you get a really interesting signal to bleed through. Let's see if I remember where this goes. I think you go there. Go there. There. Oh, that's the wrong spot for that. And it's a Kabuto! And then I fucking shatter my ankles because the floor falls out from underneath me. There's a strange presence here. And now you can encounter unknown. It's only like the first few letters of the alphabet in the unknown language, which is really interesting. So you have to do more puzzles to unlock more of them. I did really like how they handled just like, hey, you should try getting all the unknowns if you play the remakes. Oh, his hidden power is not very effective. I appreciate that. So it's like, if you catch a letter of an unknown and then you show it to a dude, he'll give you the, like, ball seal. Because in Gen 4, you could, like, customize your Pokeballs by, like, when you throw them out, they'll have, like, a special effect that comes out. And so he'll give you letters. So when they pop out, you can make it say something. Granted, is like, very limited amounts. I don't even remember how many how many of the seals you could put onto a single Pokeball. And so it's just like, you could have them come out, and I don't think you'd have enough space to have them come out and just say, suck my ass. Well, at least they're decent training. I wonder if I'll fight enough of them before I get to the ladder to level up. I'm starting to doubt it now that I'm almost to the ladder, but you know. Fair is fair. I'm just hoping I don't run into one whose hidden power is super effective against me. Hidden power is a really interesting move. So, like, when your Pokemon is spawned, like, created in the data, they have a personality value. And the way the personality value is handled is it will determine what typing your hidden power is. So you can catch two of the same like shape and level unknown, and they can have their hidden power be two different types, which is super cool if you ask me. I am sad that there's no big patch of grass like right here that they did in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because you could catch Mareep early by going into that. Time to heal up and punch some sprouts. Eventually light them on fire when I level up. Sprout Tower. What do you got? Bellsprout over 100 feet tall. People say it became the center pillar here. He would have had to have been a thick bitch. See the pillar shaking? People are training upstairs. Adjusting my chair so I can get the leg rest out. I am still a little sore from the trip. Sprout Tower was built long ago as a place for Pokemon training. Only if you reach the top will you obtain an HM. So, this is supposed to be a staircase. I have always seen it as like a dresser, and so I was very, very fucking confused as to why I used a dresser to go up and down these stairs. Or like, go up and down the tower. Just like, climbing up a dresser to get to the top floor. Tower will stand strong. Battle for Gondor. Bellsprout. Yeah, I've got quite the advantage here. Come on, one more and then I can level up. And then I can... Well, I one-shot him, so... I guess I'm already starting to one-shot these fuckers. Yay! Hell, I might have a Quilava before I get that Totodile. Just gotta readjust my move setup. It took me a long time to realize that you could change where your moves are set up. Like, I think it was probably around the time of, like, Gen 3 or 4, I went back to play Pokemon Yellow, I think, and found out, like, I accidentally hit select and I was just confused, and man, I learned so much that day. Weedle's the hardest to handle. Working with it is exhausting. Oh yeah, well, Bellsprout got away from me at the last second. I know it's a common Pokemon, but it does annoy me that it got away when I almost had it. We're gonna be seeing a lot of those from Wade and the school kid that I'm gonna give my... Okay, you know, that just sounds a little weird out of context. I'm not gonna give my phone number to a school kid. We stand guard in this tower. Here we express our gratitude to honor all Pokemon. I don't even know what most of these accents are supposed to be. I'm just doing voices. Sage Chow. Well, this is gonna be a pretty simple set of trainers now. Free EXP at the very least. Man, this is so dumb. Like, when you have Totodile, it's still dangerous, so it's just like, you gotta put out a lot of damage, but here it's just hit level 12 and you're done. You deal with everyone. Oh boy, free money, because I don't use those, even though they're busted in Gen 1. Gen 1 and X accuracy doesn't increase your accuracy stat, it just sets your accuracy to 100%, so you can use one-hit KO moves, and it's so dumb. I learned that by watching a speedrun for Generation 1. Like, they just get... Excuse me, these yawns are very rude, they just keep interrupting me. But, like, they get a Nidoking... And because you can get a Nidoking to evolve super early on, they use him for, I think, pretty much the whole run. And then once they get to the point where they can buy X accuracies, they just slam one in his face as soon as they get Horn Drill. And it's just easy street. It's so dumb. Look at this dude. Actually, I forget. I know Totodile is the one who evolves late for his mid-stage and early for his final stage. Is Cyndaquil the one who's inverse, or is that Chikorita? Because, like, the normal evolution thing is... for the starters at the very least, it's 16 and like 36. I think Cyndaquil evolves into Quilava at like level 14, and then evolves into Typhlosion at like level 38. And I know for sure Totodile evolves into Croconaw at like level 18, and then evolves into Alligator at like level 32, which is really nice. At least these guys have higher level Bellsprouts. My training is incomplete. The Elder's HM lights even pitch black darkness. Cool. Oh yeah, I forgot. I should probably pull open the thing where I, like... I always make a thing that's just like, hey, here's the Pokemon I'm gonna use. Do I... Oh, I don't. Ah. Alright, color me surprised. I thought I was gonna put Togepi on one of my teams, but apparently not. Like, Metronome's neat, but I don't like relying on that. So, I guess that makes sense. I have to rationalize my own thought process, because I don't always remember. Just my head that is bright. Oh, yep, okay. Yeah, he's the one who evolves early. Alright, first gym, we have a Quilava. What the fuck? And he went from a mouse to, like, a ferret. And honestly, I appreciate that. I like how he goes from, like, a mouse to a ferret to a badger. Like, he is not consistent at all. The only consistency is the fire. Oi, he's angry. He just looks so grumpy in that back sprite. A Hoot Hoot. I think in one of my most recent playthroughs I used Hoot Hoot. Mostly because I didn't really have a flying type. And Hoot Hoot was my go-to to like help me catch legendaries because he could learn Hypnosis. Yes, your trust is real. I would hope so. You are indeed skilled as a trainer. As promised, here's your HM, but let me say this, you should treat your Pokemon better. The way you battle is far too harsh. Pokemon are not tools of war. He claims to be the Elder, but he's weak. Stands to reason. I'd never lose to fools who babble about being nice to Pokemon. I only care about strong Pokemon that can win. I really couldn't care less about weak Pokemon. And then he uses an escape rope and just fucking dips. I'm gonna grab one too. I like that they have these little Bellsprout statues. It's kind of nice. So good of you to come here. Sprout Tower is a place of training. People and Pokemon test their bonds to build a bright future together. I am the final test. Allow me to check the ties between your Pokemon and you. Yeah! Then it's like sagely advice. And then in like the remake he's elderly, which is fantastic. Oh boy, I'm just gonna walk into Faulkner's gym and just call him a bitch. You know, 5 damage ain't too bad at this point. And it's level 10 and I'm level 14, so it's not a big difference. I lied, I'm level 15. Oh, he swapped to the ace first. You know, I can respect that. But not too much, because I'll just still one-shot his Bellsprout. Junior Pokemon should have no problem using this move. Take this Flash HM. I totally just didn't do the voice for him because I'm really bad at this. I ain't a voice actor. Part of me wishes I was. I mean, I find it interesting. But to use it out of battle, you need the badge from Violet Gym. Do I still have the escape rope from... Okay, no, it does use it. Well, I'm out of here. Well, now we just heal and go and bully Faulkner. Pokemon are fully healed. We hope to see you again. Sure. Let me see if you are good enough to face Faulkner. A Spearow. That's not a Gen 2 Pokemon. I mean, I've been fighting mostly Gen 1, so I'm just being a dork. Well, that's about what I expected. This can't be true! Fix your dumb fucking mohawk. The keyword is guts! I was here training night and day to become bird Pokemon masters. Come on! Oh, these voices are so dumb. Alright, Toto, you know what to do. Serve up from Kentucky Fried Pidgey. I could honestly just see that as like an actual thing. I mean, it'd have to be like Pidgeotto or Pidgeot just because like that's full grown. I often like I think me and my friends have had the question, or like we've posed it to each other. It's just like, what Pokemon would taste good if you ate it? And I feel like a good bunch of them would probably taste good, just like depending on like conditions of the Pokemon and all that shite. Come on, there we go. I'm Faulkner, the Violet Pokemon Gym Leader. People say you can clip flying-type Pokemon's wings with a jolt of electricity. I won't allow such insults to bird Pokemon. I'll show you the real power of the magnificent birds. Birds! Swah! I'm just baffled by my own bullshit at this point. Also, this is another banger of a battle song, so we'll give it a sec. I'm gonna turn it up on my end too. Oh, that's a little bit further than I had it last time. There we go. Okay. I just fucking love Pokemon battle music. It's so good. Like, between Generation 2, like, Gen 5 had some had some bangers. Like, all of the generations have some banger music. This is an illegal Pidgeotto. You don't even evolve at level 9. You evolve at, like, level 18 or some shit. You're just a ballhole. Darn, my dad's cherished bird Pokemon. Oh, right. It's not even, like... The way he puts it, it sounds like it's not even his Pokemon. Like, he's just in the gym in the place of his dad, because his dad's, like, doing some fucking gym leader business in fucking Kanto or some shit. Like, I want to say, like, what they're implying is, like, the Pokemon were, like, passed down to him. But I just like the idea of just, like, this isn't even his gym. He's just here. Alright, take this. It's the official Pokemon League Zephyr badge. Yay! I got the thing for the stuff and the place. Raises the attack power of Pokemon. It also enables Pokemon to use Flash, if they have it, anytime. Here, take this too. By using a TM, a Pokemon will instantly learn a new move. Think before you act. TM can only be used once. Contains Mud Slap. Reduces enemies' accuracy while it causes damage. In other words, it is both defensive and offensive. It's true. Yeah, I'm gonna teach that to Quilava. Just because until I get Totodile, I'm not really gonna have a way to deal with rock types, and I still have to go through Union Cave, and I'm gonna try to ignore, or at least like go past a bunch of the rock type trainers in there, but I don't think I'm gonna be fully able to. I'm just gonna ignore them so then like I can leave, train the Totodile up, and then once he gets access to a water type move, go back in and mollywop him. Hello, we've discovered something about the egg. My assistant is at the Pokemon Center in Violet City. Could you talk to him? Oh gosh. Oh, that burp wasn't great. Oh, I'm so sorry. Long time no see. Professor Elm asked me to find you. He has another favor to ask. Would you take the Pokemon egg? Sure. I'll totally not deep fry this shit. Hatch it until it grows. It will also have to be with other active Pokemon to hatch. You're the only person we can rely on. Call Professor Elm when the egg hatches. Let me heal my shit. Oh yeah, now that I have access to the route just south of me, I now have access to catch Mareep, so I will have just another Pokemon. That'll be nice. That, and at the very least, that means I can train it. Oh, I don't know if I'm too strong now. I mean, I'm level 16. I don't know what level this Mareep's gonna show up at, because I don't remember what levels I set them to show up at. You have some good Pokemon there. A single one, and an egg. Must be from the training you gave them around Violet City. What? The training at the gym must have been especially helpful. As a souvenir of Violet City, take this. It increases the power of grass-type moves. Like I'll ever use them. Thanks. Experiences in Violet City should be useful for your journey. Nope, that's a Hoppip. Now I just gotta wander about in the grass here for a hot second until I can catch myself the Mareep. I did do, like, a test run to make sure that the Mareep spawns, and last time that I did it, they did show up. I did make them have kind of a low encounter rate, so... Yakins. Well, to anyone that's watching, I hope you have some sheep names ready, because if not, then I know what I'm going to name them. Oh, actually, I should ask my group. I'm just gonna put a text message in my group chat and just say like, hey, quick, give me a name for Mareep, and see what comes out of that. Here's a Pidgey. It's not what we were running into, but it's not what I want to find. Words. Oh, I swear to Cribbiter. There's the boy. Oh yeah, Mud Slap. It's like 10 base power. Sure, it's super effective, but holy shit. Well, I'm glad the singular mud slap was able to take him down, because I didn't really trust Tackle to do it. Stores lots of air in its soft fur, allowing it to stay cool in summer and warm in winter. That's actually kind of cool. Okay, well, according to the only message in my group chat, the name of this fucker is going to be Moose. So now that I have that, I'm curious if the Pokédex will recognize that they show up here. Because I feel like it's kind of a mixed bag for that. There it is. Area? Yep. This is the only place you can find a Mareep. I don't know if I set... Because I know naturally in, like, Crystal and Silver... Or, not Crystal. Gold and Silver. Jiminy Christmas. You can find, Flaffy towards... It's, like, in the rocky area between, Ekrutik and... Mahogany Town? I think Mahogany Town is the place where the ice type gym is. Just like in there's a certain section that you can run into Flaffy, and I don't know if I filled that up. Alright, well we have Moose and Toto. Outstanding. Truly the team to take on champions. Okay. Just had to answer the message in my group chat. They were, I got a second name, but it was, like, already too late for it to go in. So he says that the next Pokemon that we catch is gotta be named Ship. I don't know why Ship. Moose! Like, that's such a dorky name. I appreciate it. I feel like, honestly, without a decent level lead, I think I'm just gonna do switch training for now. Just to ensure that Moose gets, like, a decent amount, and I don't have to keep running back and forth to Pokemon Centers. I know there's a Pokemon Center farther south into this area, but, you know. Level 6. Oh no, not Pack. Oh, nice. I don't know if that's an actual trainer. I know that chick is a trainer. Mostly I'm just trying to run down to the Pokemon Center so then I can use that to train Moose. One damage. Yes. Eat shit. I think actually asking my group chat's not going to do me a whole lot, just because most of them are out camping. So let's see. If I remember correctly... Oh, that's a trainer. I totally didn't put that together until last second. I think Mareep learns Thunder Shock at level 10 or 11. Not pack. I don't need to open up the backpack. I need to switch Pokemon. Well, I'll take a whiff. That could sound weird out of context. Yay, a level for Moose. Ooh, I know what's in here. Thick. Level 7. I know Moose is now level 8. I'm just gonna say no gamble on that. If anything, I could probably just fight the fisherman that's on the route to the right. Because I know one of them just has like an asinine amount of Magikarp, and that would probably work for training just as well. Hopefully. I don't know how much EXP Magikarp is supposed to give, so... Yakins! Level are you? 4. I think Moose can handle that. Beat her ass. Critical shit. Attaboy. Eat the moose with the goose. I really don't know what that means. Fisherman. I'm really good at both fishing and Pokemon. I'm not about to lose to any kid. Better hand in your Pokemon card, because... out of context, that can probably sound a little weird. Look at this bish. Oh, fuck, she's level 10. Or he. I'll bet you're using Peck. It's a flying type, but that was a crit, so it still kinda hurt. Oh, fuck. Either this will be a really slow fight, or I'm just gonna need to swap over to Toto real fast. Ow. Yeah, I think I need to swap. Alright, here's hoping you don't just mollywop me with a water gun, because that would suck. Okay, I'm gonna move smoke screen to the bottom. Ember... I want to say Tackle would probably do more. No, Ember would have Stab, but with water typing and all. You are a bitch boy, and I do not appreciate your work. I do more damage to myself. Stop it. Oh, come on. Really? 3 in a row? How's that crits? Okay. Well, yeah. You son of a bitch. Energy powder. It looks bitter. Goldine, you are a bitch and I don't like you. Toto, if only you did that earlier, that would have been much nicer. Oh, it's level 9. Oh, I was way off. Oh, hell yeah, we can keep bullying the rest of these fishermen. I tried to rush things. Darn right you did. Right now, my goal is to get to Goldenrod, bare minimum, at the end of this stream. Like, if it was up to me, I'd want to, like, get through Goldenrod, get to Ekritik, and then head back. Mostly just so that I can do a dumb grind for Eevee. Because there's some weird shit that you gotta do. Mostly it's just like, so when you get to Ekritik, you run into Bill. And then Bill will be like, oh, I'm gonna go back to Goldenrod and see my folks. And then you can go back with him, talk to him, and he'll be like, hey, you want this Eevee? And you can just say like, yeah, fuck yeah. And for me, I want to have an Espeon on the team, but that means I need to raise my friendship to the max. The problem is, I would need to do some whack-ass shit. Mostly, it's just... So, I'd probably want to get the Eevee, catch a Ditto, and then breed it, so then the Eevee is like a baby Pokemon, because then from there I can do a, I guess, exploit is the best way to put it. I'd want to call it a glitch, but it's not really a glitch. But I would do an exploit to allow me to constantly go to the hairstylist and give my Eevee a haircut, and that will give them extra friendship. So you can use a button combo at the opening menu of Pokemon Crystal. All of the Gen 2 games, actually, since they have a time-based system. If you do that, it'll allow you to readjust the time, and you can just set it to the exact same time that you are at currently, and that resets all time-based events. So you can just sit there and constantly get your Pokemon a haircut. So you just shave the fucker bald, and he loves you. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. And so that way I'd be able to grind out getting the Eevee to maximum friendship, wait until daytime, and then get him to evolve into an Espeon. That'd be the plan. Maybe I need you to wake up real fast, please. So that would be essentially what I want to do for this stream. Granted, that means I have to go through Union Cave, catch the Totodile, go through Ilex Forest and all of their shenanigans. I think I live another bubble. Live to bubble another day. Nail his ass. Oh fuck, it's another one. If it tries using bubble, I still live. And if it fucks up the hypnosis, I get to mollywop him. Splash? Okay, I think that's all the fishermen. And then we've already bumped Moose up to level 11. That feels pretty good. Give me a hot sec, I gotta answer a message. Okay. Got that set. Do I want to... Ooh. Ooh, the jukes. How would you like to have this tasty, nutritious slowpoke tail? For you right now, just 1,000,000 pokey. You'll want this, sure. I thought kids these days were loaded. I think that's the case of like the bicycle. I don't think you can feasibly have 1,000,000 pokey in your pockets. It's me, Wade. I found all kinds of berries. If you want, I'll share some. I'll be waiting on Route 31. Well, that's good to know that he's got some for me. Pokemon are fully healed. Cool. Okay, so yeah, we got Moose and Toto. I don't remember when Moose is gonna learn Thunder Wave. There we go. I was gonna say Thunder Jolt, but that's not technically a real move. Okay, go this way. Yeah, and then I get to ignore that guy. Mostly I'm just wanting to save trainers for the Totodile. So now I need to get to the second floor, or I guess basement floor. So we'll set Toto up front, just in case you run into one of those, one of the hikers around here. Then we'll pop a repel. One of the times that I did a randomizer playthrough of this, I encountered a full odds shiny Pupitar. Like, he just randomized in here, and it was just a random shiny, and I was so fucking ecstatic. Mostly because I really liked Tyranitar, so the fact that I had a shiny one was pretty cool in my book. Okay, so down here I can hopefully capture a Totodile. There's a repel. And next defend. I don't even remember what TM that we just picked up was. It's 39, I think. Swift. Okay, that's actually pretty handy. I don't know who would be a good Pokemon for that, now that I'm thinking about it. Zubatimus. I might as well just bop him. Oh, fuck. I have Toto out. The whole ass Onix. I remember when I was a little kid, I really liked Onix. I liked his design. And then I didn't realize that he's got, like, the base attack power of, like, 35, and he's kind of hot garbage. I would appreciate less of this noise in my ears. Thank you. Come on, Totodile. That's not a Totodile, that's a rock. I got a rock. That's just a bunch of rocks. Man, this would be a pretty decent training if I had a water type. Sure would be cool. But yeah, I think I'm gambling on like a 1% encounter, so we're just gonna be here for a hot second. Man, daylight saving time is whack. I looked outside and it's like 4 4:30-ish. It looks like it's supposed to be noon. I don't like it. At least zap any of the Zubats I encountered to help level up Moose a little bit more. Oh, so close. Mostly I'm just hoping for Thunder Wave, so then that can help me catch the Totodile. Because considering it's a starter, I have a feeling that it's going to be a little tough to catch. I make fucking rocks! Oh, that's a good meme. So let's see, the next Pokemon after the Totodile. Like, honestly, I get a lot of my team really fast. I'm thinking about it. Because, yeah, after the Totodile, the next Pokemon that I'd want to catch is a Heracross. And he's going to be a pain in the butt, because he only appears on certain trees, but those trees are randomized, I think, based on your trainer ID. And then it's kind of like a Feebas situation, like only certain trees can have a Heracross, but they're not like 100% encounters. So even if you find the right tree, you're not guaranteed to run into the Heracross right out the gate. Well, I'll take a bit more EXP for Moose. So yeah, like after we encounter Heracross, it will be the Eevee that'll be next, and we'll turn that into an Espeon because Psychic types are always nice to have. A rat! This is a fast-ass rat. Oh, actually, I have a good way that I can check and make sure that I did this right. Because since my rival has a Totodile, I can just check his Pokédex entry. I mean, since I got Moose, I feel like it'd be right, but now I'm starting to doubt myself, because shit's wackio. Yep. Union Cave. So yeah, the joys of gambling on a 1%. We're just gonna be here for a hot second. Hope y'all are having a good day. I hope the heat isn't killing you all, because boy howdy, it's threatening to take me out, that's for sure. I do not do very well in warm temperatures. I just don't like them at all. I'm gonna be really sad if, like, I encounter a Totodile and then I just have to, like, I accidentally kill him. I would be so mad. Peeved beyond human. That's not a very good joke, or at least not very good wordplay, I guess. I'm gonna laugh if I set him to, like, the room that's farther down, like the basement floor 3, or if I set him to just the first floor area. Because honestly, like, since it's been a bit since I did the work on editing this ROM, I have no recollection of where this fucker is. If I find a shiny, though, I'd be happy. Moose, level 13. What does he get? Nothing! I guess while I'm waiting, I should probably check and see what level Moose learns Thunder Wave. Because I'm pretty sure we're close. It's a rock. Back and forth, marching all the way. There's a rat. Oh, Thunderwave is level 16, damn. Considering Mareep can learn Rain Dance, there's a part of me that wants to do that just so I can run Thunder and get that 100% accuracy. But then there's also the fact that, like, I don't want to do that to boost up a water-type move that may or may not kill me if it's boosted. Because that does not sound like a good time to me. First floor, basement floor 1. Okay, yeah, and Crystal Rattata has like a 10% counter rate. Guess that makes sense. Then Zubat appears at different times in the day. As of right now, he's at a 50% chance, which is neat. Then Geodude and Onix conjoined are 40, which Geodude is 30 and Onix is 10. So whose encounter rate did I fuck up to give Totodile his encounter? Well, don't really want to deal with that. I'm not really sure what to talk about at this point, because it's just like, we're stuck in a grind session waiting for a 1% encounter. Damn, maybe I should have gotten rid of Rattata's, like, entire setup. Because I've encountered a few Rattatas at the moment, so maybe that would have been nice enough to give me a Totodile. Go away, Onix, I can't fight you. Give me the beans! Fuck! Well, yeah, I really don't know what to talk about. Well, at the very least, I guess while I'm doing this, I could talk about the wedding, or the trip. It was really interesting. So I was originally planning to drive down to Boise for the wedding, and I talked to my mom, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna be like doing this then and all that, and she was just like, hey, I got a bunch of extra Sky Miles, do you want to use it for a trip there? It'd be faster. And I was like, you know, that sounds like a fun time, because my mom does her own fair share of stuff, so she gets to travel a lot. I don't do a whole lot. So I took her up on that. My flight was uh like the onboarding time on my paper was like 6:40ish, and so I needed to probably wake up at like 5:30 or something like that. I forgot to set my alarm that day, so I woke up at 5:59, and it's to a text from my roommate saying like, "Hey, what time do we need to take you over there?" So I'm sitting there looking at my phone, like I had just woken up. I had the Windows boot up noise basically going on in my head, and I just had to stare at my phone for like a hot second, and I'm just like, oh fuck now. And so like I get up, I get my suitcase. I was kind of smart, and I had bought some stuff to eat for breakfast on the way there, so I didn't have to worry about that, thankfully. But I get to the airport like I think 6:20, and it is packed. Like there's just so many people in line. So I'm waiting in line. I get through, and it's like probably 6:40, and then I have to go through the TSA line, which is huge. By the time I get done with the TSA line, and like kind of at the end, I just it's like 7:15, 7:10 or something. Like it is just a couple minutes away from final call. They were gonna leave without me at that point. I hear over the intercom them calling out my name. It's just like, hey, can we get a Dustin down to this gate? And I just like, I looked like a mess. My jacket was like partially on, my shoes were untied. I just was not together, and so I book it down the fucking aisle. And I barely made it. I got onto the flight, and I thanked my lucky stars that they were waiting for me. And then the whole episode happens again. So my first chunk of the flight took me to Seattle, and then I was going to take a Seattle to Boise. But I had to wait for a layover. They were just going to send like one plane out in between me landing and all that shite. So I sit down. I get to the gate that I'm supposed to be at. I sit down. I put my headphones on. I move one of the headphones off of my ear so I can listen, and I just like start playing my DS, because I bring that with me on trips just because I'm very easily distracted, and I'd rather, not be an annoyance. And so I'm minding my own business, and eventually I'm just sitting there just like, man, I haven't heard them call out onboarding yet. And I hear over the intercom, can we get a Dustin to gate like S7 or some shit? And I'm just like, hey, that's me. Oh, fuck. And just like, again, scrambled. Just like, I looked like a goddamn disaster, and I scramble onto the plane, and I step into the aisle, and everyone in that plane was just staring at me. Just looking at me like, oh, look at this fucking dweeb. We're waiting on this asshole. And I knew it. Like, my face probably flushed red, and I just looked so goddamn embarrassed. And, oh, I was so pissed. I almost missed 2 planes in the same day, and you'd think that I would learn. But I do not, because I'm a kind of a dumbass. But on that trip, I've eaten so much junk food on that trip. Normally, like, I'll be super honest, I'm not much of, like, I'm not a health nut. I'm also, like, I'm in that kind of weird middle ground, because I grew up on eating a bunch of junk food. Like, for a while as a kid, we just ate a bunch of, like takeout shit and drive-through stuff. So I'm very stubborn, and so since I grew up on that, I thought that shit was tasty. So I have a lot of trouble getting into other kinds of foods. And so, like, I've thankfully recently hit the point where I'm just like, I want to try eating better in some way, shape, or form. And so it's normally now I just like, I don't want to go out to eat as much. I want to try to make my own shit, or at least just eat at home. But it's really hard to do that when you travel. So I have eaten so much junk food, and my body's just like, bro, what the fuck? It's probably why I'm yawning so much, because my body's just exhausted at the prospect of doing all that. And also, goddamn. Real quick, I'm going to attempt some finagling. I'm gonna minimize my stream screen while I'm still working on this. Oh, that probably showed up on your guys' end because I'm just doing a display capture. It's probably still gonna show up on the other end. So this thing. Oh, don't mind that. Just gonna move that across. Oh man, why does this thing just want to put everything in like the worst place possible? Okay, emulation. Okay, land in Johto. Union Cave 1. Union Cave 2. That has Zubat, Geodude, Onix, and Rattatas. And then Totodile. Save the day. So yeah, I have it done properly. Man, I just forget how crappy it is to try to get a 1%. I was just gonna laugh if immediately after that I was just gonna encounter it. Most of you, the laughter would have been just like, oh, thank fuck. But anyways, while we're on this, might as well continue my story. So, trying to think. The first 2 days that I was there, I actually didn't technically have a place to stay. I stayed with a friend of mine. Because the remaining 3 days, I was staying at an Airbnb, and it was really interesting. That's the second time I've stayed at a B&B, and it's actually kind of nice. Like, it's like the comforts of home, but it's not your home. So it's just like, it's nice and comfy, but then I'm also just like, dear Lord, I don't want to like fuck up anything, because this ain't my place. But we went disc golfing. I am not great at it. I get way too unga bunga and I just like throw with all that I got. And then next thing I know, the disc that I'm chucking is just like going into the trees, going off into like another part of the course. And well, I mean, not even that. With a disc golf disc, like you need a good balance of power and technique. Because if you just do raw power, it'll fall off really fast. Because usually when you do that, you try aiming upward. Because that's where the unga bunga kind of goes. Because you think, oh, if I chuck it higher, it'll go farther, but it doesn't. You need a gentle mix, basically. So I didn't do great, barring one point where I did my first chuck. It was my first throw. It was pretty decent, and then I was fairly close. Like I was just expecting to just like do another toss and then like get in range of the hole, and I just did like kind of the backhand toss. Like normally I do, it's really hard to like motion this without my video camera, mostly because I don't know where that fucker is. But like I do what you'd expect to do with like a frisbee toss, but this time I did it the other direction. So like I still use my right hand, but I came from the right side. I didn't do it from the left side. Oh, Moose is evolving. Neat. So, I did this backhand toss, and I was not expecting a whole lot. And that was, like, the perfect toss, apparently, because I just coasted that fucker right into the hole for a birdie. And I ran off of that high for the rest of that game, and I fucked up so bad. I could not keep up. I just, like, kept chasing that high, and I just fumbled like the rest of my shots. It's a good thing I wasn't there to play for points. I was just there to like have fun with my friends, but man, I rode that high for a hot while. And then let's see. Uh, I I drink a bit more alcohol than I usually do, mostly because I don't really drink all that much. But I yeah, I drink for occasions basically. Like very rarely will I drink in my own house, and I don't ever go out to drink. But I drank at my last friend's wedding, which was a fun time. I got lightly schnackered, and turned out I got better at Smash Bros. When I'm drunk. So that was a fun thing to learn. And so like I tried drinking a little bit while I was there, and it was a fun time. Uh, I got a little too far in a few times, and just kind of like had to sit there and learn about my own life for a hot second there. And then one of the times that we were in the B&B, the people that I was staying with, we went out to lunch. We went to a close by, I want to say, fuck, what was it? It was a Five Guys. That's right. We were gonna walk to a Five Guys, burger and fries, all that shite. And as we were leaving, we get, heavy quotations, accosted by this cat. And it's just this outdoor cat, very friendly. It's like gray colors, and he's just adorable. Like, he comes up to us, meows a little bit, and then just like assumes the position of just like, come and pet me. He's super nice. We all pet him. I picked him up for a little bit and proceeded to cover my shirt and fur. Then, like, he was very happy with us. I'd like to think, especially after what we had happen after we got back. So we walk over there, we get our burgers, we eat lunch, and we go back. And on our front step of this house that we do not own is just a whole ass dead woodpecker. So the cat just like took a fucker out and left him on our doorstep to be just like, thank you for the cuddles, here's my payment. And that was the funniest fucking thing I've seen a cat do in a while. Like, I've seen my cat play fetch, and that's like pretty up there for goofy shit, but I just love the idea of this rando cat just getting a bunch of pets, and then he's just like, I will give you guys this gift. It was a fantastic time. Also, I am still baffled we have not run into this Totodile yet. I don't even know how long I've been sitting here doing this grind. Now that I'm evolved, I don't really want to do anything else. Well, I might as well use my other program to check and make sure I've done it right, because now I am just at a point where I'm just like, am I going nuts? Will this go? Oh, thank fuck, it's over here. Okay, back in there. There and there. Version 2. All the Pokemon are there. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at. Edit wild Pokemon. Yep, it's definitely where he's supposed to be. Nighttime, daytime. Yeah, okay. Well, according to all my data and all the stuff on my end, I've done it properly, so I'm just not happy with my 1% encounter rate. So yeah, I did some simple stuff to edit this. I used G2 map to do most of it. Just basically I can get an idea of where I am when I set the Pokemon up, and that'll allow me to put Pokemon on land, but it didn't let me put Pokemon in water, which was really interesting. And so for like some of those and some of the other Pokemon, I used like build Silver Crystal map editor or something like that. So I just did all, like, I use other programs. I'm not smart enough to, like, go into the, like, super deep into the code, but programs like that I have a pretty easy understanding with. So, I mean, I learned a lot of, like, using programs kind of like that through Bethesda, because I've learned a lot of things about their creation kit, trying to make, like, custom companions and unique weapons, because, like, my Fallout 3 playthrough, I made my own unique weapons. So I had shit like the Searing Science, the Plasma Pistol, I had the Overcharged Laser Rifle, Father's Pistol. All of those were uniquely made by me. I mean, I say uniquely made, I just borrowed the models and all that. I don't know how to model. I kind of wish I did, mostly because if I did, I'd be able to make my own, or use my characters and, like, make little figures of them, because I would love to have figures of characters for my writing. But, currently, I've not had any inspiration, just, like, a lot of writer's block, a little bit of artist block, because I bought some art supplies a while back, and I have so much trouble getting into my own art. I don't know why. Also, I just realized my pocket is still full of my airport receipts and shit. And little, like, plastic things that they give you to wipe down the seats, and I never do because I'm just an absolute fucking gremlin. So I guess that's garbage that I need to chuck, and I could probably, like, sanitize my station if I really wanted to. Anyways, jumping back to talking about the wedding, I guess, while I'm passing the time for this goddamn Totodile to show up. Reception was really nice. It was really warm, and I didn't have anything other than, like, a pure black suit to show up in, so I was warm. I was very, very fucking warm. But it was really nice. We got through the wedding. There was a lot of tears shed. And then we got to the after party, and that was a very fun time. My roommate / one of my best friends, him and his little brother, very, very emotional people. At this wedding and the one before that, we've caught both of them crying. Though the little brother is is way, way more emotional than the other one. And so, like, at the last wedding, there was a father-mother dance between, like, it was the groom's mom and dad, and they had a dance together, and it was a very tender moment, very sweet. And some of us looked over to the little brother, my friend's little brother, and he is just, like, bawling, just losing his shit, like, just crying so hard. And everyone kind of gave him crap for it, but, like, we all understood. It's just, like, it's a very nice and tender moment, and it was very cute. And in this wedding, like, I think all of us that went to the last one just, like, kept looking over at him just to make sure, like, he didn't start losing his shit. And during the bride and groom dance, the groom looked over at the little brother and just, like, pointed at him because he knew he was bringing him to tears. It was a very fun experience. Like, it was a really nice thing, and I'm glad I was able to go, because I was a gremlin with the other 3 weddings. Like, it's really weird. In my friend group, there's a lot of people who are married now, but I missed 3 out of the now 5 weddings, and it makes me really sad, because the only reason I missed them was because I focused on work more than anything else. And it wasn't even a good job. Like, I missed one because I was working at a Best Western. I mean, I tried taking the time off, and I technically got the time off, but then there was kind of some shenanigans that happened on our end, and they were just like, we need you to work the time that you're off, and I was just like, fuck it, I guess I'll do it, because I need to show I'm a good employee. And it didn't sit well. Like, afterwards, I got to hear the stories and, like, see everyone again, and I was super mad at myself for doing that. And then I think one of the other weddings that was in my hometown, I was working at Domino's, and I was just out delivering pizzas while the whole ass wedding was going on. And I think the main reason why I didn't take time off for that was I didn't realize that was going on. I don't think I got an official invite, but I'm not sure. It was either I didn't get an invite and I just, like, didn't realize what was going on, or I just, like, I got the invite and totally forgot, and I was kind of an asshole. But I showed up to the after party at the very least. I gave them their congrats and all that. And then, let's see. Best restaurant one was the one that was in Salem. The Domino's one was... I don't think I ever got anything for the third wedding. It's just kind of a, like, hey, we're getting married, and, like, it's soon, and I don't know if very many people made it to that one. Then again, my memory for that sort of stuff is kind of here or there, so... But, yeah, like, I made it to the wedding beforehand, or, like, before this one, which was really nice. It was honestly a blast. I'm a very reserved person. One of the reasons why I'm streaming is to try to, like, get out of my shell a little bit and just dink around. And so I got out of my shell, I pushed myself kind of beyond my limits for that wedding. So when I got home, I was just exhausted mentally. I was ready for, like, to nap for a whole, like, 3 days or some shit. But, let's see. Then there's this one, which I'm very happy to have gotten time off. I was a little skeptical if I was going to get the time off for this, just because I've only just recently started my current job. So I wasn't quite expecting getting the time off, especially with the extension on it, because I think I mentioned... Saturday, I was just exhausted, and I was like, hey, I'm probably going to need the Monday off. And they were very, very helpful on that, so I definitely like my current job. But the main thing that I would say out of that is don't always look at your job like they're going to treat you like the way that you'd want to be treated, because in a lot of cases, most jobs will look at a person and just be like, they're a gear in the system and all that. So it's just like, if they want to dip, then we'll just replace them and all that. And I've never been a big fan for that, but I can also see why. Because you gotta keep a balance of power when it comes to the workplace and all that shit. So I'm just rambling at this point because I'm trying to pass the time getting this goddamn fucking gator. He's just a bunch of rocks. I swear to Cribber, he's in here. I guess bare minimum, if I really want to just, like, say fuck it, I could pull up, like, an action, or Game Genie for, Game Boy Color. I could pull up a Game Genie code and just, like, say, hey, I want to encounter, Totodile now. Well, I talked about that, and now I'm just getting no encounters, like Vert and Defurk. There we go. I don't even have a repel on. What in the fuck? More rocks! This has got to be, like, one of the least interesting... Like, I'm kind of sad, because I look up and I see I've been streaming for, like, 2 hours now, and it's just like, I wanted to get to Goldenrod, and now I'm just down in this hole looking for a goddamn Totodile. should have edited it to like give Totodile like a 5% chance of showing up. That would have made me much happier. I guess after this stream, I'll have to edit that. I feel like at this point the game is just fucking with me because I'm not entirely sure. At this point, it's just like, do I look at memes and do this, or what do? Because at this point, like, I've talked about the wedding. I don't know what else to talk about at this point. Oh, the boy! Holy shit, he's here! Oh my god! I've got a 10 level advantage, and I don't know if I can bop him. I know Thundershock won't do it. Let's see. Stats. 29, 26. Oh man, their stats are really close too. I guess Mud Slap would be my best choice. Because I really, really don't want to fucking do this again. I was really hoping you'd have Growl. Oh, that was a crit. Okay. I saw that damage and I'm just like, holy fuck. Okay, Great Ball, this blue boy. Blue ball for the blue boy. Yikes. I literally can't hit you anymore. I don't know what their catch rate is. You normally don't get to catch starters. I've made mistakes. I should have bought more Pokeballs. Come on. Give me a sec. I'm going to check what the catch rate is for a Totodile. Catch rate is 45, so 11.9%. Let's see. I'm just gonna pull up a Gen 2 catch rate calculator on my side. Gonna be catching a Totodile. This is a really handy thing to have. I use that to like get an idea of what in the world I'm dealing with. Totodile, the Pokemon is level 5. I want to say 25? 25%. I am in Crystal. I'm using a Pokeball. I have a 14% chance of catching it. So according to this, within the 5 balls I've thrown, I think, maybe now. Oh, I have a 50% chance of catching it. And a 95% chance of catching it if I had 19. But I am not so lucky. This is my last one. Why you gotta do this to me, Totodile? Why you gotta do this to me? I don't have an escape rope, do I? I forgot that they have really high catch rates, so I was just like, oh, I can just run in with the Great Ball and the Pokeballs that I have and probably catch it. Oh, that's gonna hurt my soul. Especially now that I have to, like, sneak my way back since I was saving trainers for the Totodile. Sandshrew. I do like Sandshrew. I like his design. Not a super big fan of Sandslash. I know he's pretty decent. Oh, you fucker. Yeah, I know he's pretty decent, but there's other like ground and rock types that I like. Oh, Slowpoke. I've got the wrong Pokemon out front. I don't even know how many Thundershocks Moose has left. I guess if anything, I should just go through the south side and catch, or like buy the Pokeballs from there, from Azalea Town, because that'll probably give me a better selection of balls. Hopefully, I'm hoping bare minimum I can just get some Great Balls. Oh man, 14%. That's really not what you want to see. It's only Pokeballs. Okay, well, let's sell some of the BS we have. I never use the X items. Damn, that hurts my soul, especially after just like the sheer amount of time it took. Actually, I should rest. And if anything, actually, does evolving into Mareep change the level required for Thunder Wave? Because you know that would have been a smart choice. Okay, Fluffy Gen 2 Learn Set. Oh, it does. I have to be level 18 for Thunder Wave. Fuck. Oh, all that walking around hatched the egg. That's funny. Togepi came out of the egg. What a surprise. We're not going to nickname him because we're not going to use him. when I was younger, and honestly still to this day, my go-to name for Togepi is Eggers. Just Eggers. And I don't know why. That's just like primo name material to me. Oh, if I had stopped right in front of that dude. The thing that made me laugh about it was the fact that when Heart Gold Soul Silver first came out, I got it at the same time as my cousin. I think they were in town at the time. I think actually they were staying with us around the time that game came out. So we both started around the same time. And when we got the Togepi, we named it the exact same fucking thing. Exact spelling and everything. And I thought that was hilarious. Honestly, still do, because, you know. Well, more of this BS. I have more Pokeballs. Maybe I'll learn from my mistakes. Onwards! Just hoping the game will throw me a bone and give me the Totodile a little earlier. Because I don't want to do like another, what, hour? It's been like almost a full hour since I started looking for this goddamn gator. I feel like those dudes who like make an entire stream of trying to catch like a shiny or some shit. Except their odds are much worse than mine. I will say, the really interesting thing that I've learned, especially looking up stuff for the shiny Totodile that I have in my virtual console version of this game, apparently, due to like how they set up DVs for this game, if you breed a Pokemon that has only a 12, I think it's a 12.5% chance to be female, if you breed those for a shiny, like if one of the parents is already shiny, you have like a 1 in 64% chance, or like 1 in 64%. 1 in 64 chance to breed a shiny. And that's like one of the best ways that you can get it, but it's only for Gen 2 Pokemon. So it has to be shit like, I mean anything from Gen 1 or 2. Because between like having a Pokemon like Yellow, Red, and Blue, and Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you'd have access to pretty much everything in Gen 2. Or everything that's available in Gen 2. I don't think there's anything like between all three that's unavailable. Because you can still encounter like all the legendaries that's missing from from Gen 2, because I know the legendary birds in Mewtwo are unavailable. You can catch them in Gen 1, obviously, and just use the time machine thingamabob. Come on, you son of a bitch. I might as well just train off of the Zubat while I can. If I can get him up to level 18 while looking for this goddamn dude, I can at least use the paralysis for better chances. Now I'm just trying to think of like some other stories of playing Pokemon. One of the big things for me, since Pokemon was like the first ever game that I picked up as a kid, because I think it was the first game given to me. I remember being like 4 or 5 maybe, and I was given a old school Game Boy Color. Is one of the ones that was like purple, but you could like see the insides. One of those really cool ones. I got one of those, and I was given, I think, Pokemon Red. I think my brother got Blue. And so I feel a sneeze like kind of building up. It's threatening to do something. But like there's a lot of time that I played those, and I was just kind of a gremlin. I was definitely the kid who would just like put all my EXP into my starter because they were the ones that I associated with most. That did lead me to some interesting choices. Since Gen 1 never really told you what moves did, I remember... Oh. Goddamn yawns. I remember getting to the Elite Four with my Blastoise, because he was the first starter I chose, mostly because I thought he was cute. Getting to the Elite Four, I think I got to Agatha, and I couldn't do anything to her Pokemon, because I ran out of power points, because I didn't understand the value of Ethers, or Ethers, Elixirs, any of the kind. So I basically used those like willy-nilly. So I got to Agatha, I had like this level 58-ish, I want to say, if I'm remembering correctly. It was a high-level Blastoise, and he was my rock against rocks. So I'm mid-fight Agatha, I'm out of Surf, I'm out of all of my other moves, except for Withdraw. I had Withdraw as the only move that had power points, because I'd never used it, but I didn't know what it did. So I saw it like pop up as like, oh, Blastoise would like to learn this, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll take it. You son of a bitch, I'm in. So that instilled the, like, I don't ever want to have a move on my Pokemon that doesn't do damage. And I still kind of live true to that to this day. I've gotten better, like, bare minimum. I now try to keep one status move, but it has to be, like, really decent. Like, I have a Blaziken that has, like, Sword Dance. Same for a Garchomp that I have. I know I have a Feraligatr in, I think it's Black 2? I think my Black 2 Feraligatr is a, one that I bred with a Dragonite in Gen 2, so he has Dragon Dance. And that is some fire shit when you have a Feraligatr with Dragon Dance, Sheer Force, and a Life Orb. Because that entire combo's really dumb. But, Gen 2 rolled around, I had a lot of fun with it. I don't think I ever beat Red. I think it took all the way until... I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver for me to ever, like, get my first ever beat, or victory over Red. But I was a casual and I used items. Because, you know, max revives and revival herbs are busted. But, so, like, now, because of that, I kind of challenge myself to not use items very much. Like, if it's something like I don't really want to lose to or something like that, in most cases I won't use, like, I'll still refrain from using an item, but very rarely, as we saw a little bit earlier against that fisherman who screwed me over with Confusion Luck. I am willing to use it if I just don't want to deal with losing money and all that shit. Because once you get late game, you can kind of deal with that, but this early on, losing money is horrendous. And then, let's see. Don't remember exactly where I was when I got Gen 2 games. I know when we got Gen 3, I got Ruby, my brother got Sapphire. We were downstairs in the house that we lived in. I mean, I say downstairs, it was pretty much the basement. We went downstairs, we started playing on those, and we were just baffled about the upgrade in graphics, because, I mean, the last game we played, Pokemon-wise, was Gold and Silver, so jumping from that to Ruby and Sapphire was really neat. We got a bunch of new Pokemon, we got abilities, and I think in that generation, me and my brother would like get to the end of the game and we started fighting, like we'd start battling each other to see like whose team turned out better. And I remember, I think I would win most of the time, solely because of the fact I really liked Pikachu as a little kid. Like, I was a sucker for cute things, and I still kind of am, hence why I like cats. But every time we would fight, I would have a Pikachu or a Pichu. I had a Pichu once, and it was our Heart Gold Soul Silver time of fighting each other. I would only win because I would nail that fucker with a static. And so, the free paralysis would always save my ass, and that's like the only reason I'd beat him. And that was just a fun thing, like, I always think of every so often. And then, let's see. Gen 4, I remember... I don't remember what time of the year they came out. I want to say it was like in fall, because I very vividly remember me and my brother, we walked upstairs, went into the kitchen, and we just saw the box for Diamond and the box for Pearl sitting on the counter. Mom and Dad were just like, hey, we got these for you, but you gotta do some yard work before you play them. And we were just like, fair trade, we'll do it. And I want to say we like raked leaves and cleaned up the backyard, but I could also see it being like summertime and we just mowed the lawn and all that shit. And I remember being very excited for that. And I have a lot of very fond memories of Gen 4, hence why it's like one of my favorites. I mean, it's still one of my favorites just because I like it. There's a lot that I like about Gen 4. But I have a very vivid memory. My grandparents had a timeshare in Pine Top, I want to say it's Pine Top, Arizona. It could have been named something else, but we just called it Pine Top. It's a very nice place. Aesthetically, like, one of the most beautiful places to me. I love forests, especially when it's, like, big old pine trees, like, it'll snow every so often, like, that is some primo stuff. And, timeshare was in just, like, a really nice big old house. I remember staying up really late with my brother, my cousins, two of them, all of us had gotten Pokemon. And I just remember staying up late, like, playing in the underground, doing battles, just talking to each other about, like, oh, you gotta do this. I remember, I think it was shortly after that my cousin's family stayed with us for a little bit, because they were in the midst of a big old move. And me and the younger cousin were very adamant about staying on, like, Diamond and Pearl, while my brother and the other cousin got Platinum when it came out. And we were just like, oh, you guys are just like, you're posers, you're not real Pokemon fans. And then I watched them play it and I was like, oh fuck, this one's better. I also remember getting mad because they got the national dex before I did, and I just didn't know where to find any of the remaining Pokemon. I'm really glad that getting the National Dex got dropped from filling up the Pokédex to just, like, seeing all the Pokemon. Because that was a very nice touch. That me, as, like, a not very... Like, I don't really do a lot of collectathon stuff. That was something that I wholeheartedly appreciated. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to whittle the time away. So, let's see. I think when... I'm trying to remember. I think when Gen 5 came out, I was still in the first house, because we moved 3 separate times while I lived in my hometown. Yeah, I think it was in the first house when Black and White came out. And I think still same for Black and White 2. I do remember when X and Y came out, we were living in the second house, and it was a much farther drive. We lived farther away from town. So I went out, like, I had work that day. I was in my fucking Jack-in-the-Box work clothes, because I worked there for about a year. and I went straight to GameStop afterwards, grabbed my copy of Pokemon X, or yeah, it was X, and on my drive home, I got like I was going fast. I wanted to just like stay up late because I don't think I worked the next day, and I just wanted to play Pokemon because I was stoked for the first ever 3D Pokemon because it looked really neat. And so I remember I got stuck behind a dude who was just like going the speed limit. To be honest, like they were not driving as fast as I wanted to. So I just remember like rolling down my window and just like letting out this blood-curdling screech, just loud as fuck. And the car, I think maybe they heard me. I mean, they probably did, but I don't know like if they heard it and thought it was from the car behind them or if it's just something else. But they swerved out of the way and I just blasted past them, and that was so dumb. Oh man, it's one of the dumbest memories I have that's Pokemon related. And let's see, I think a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out while I was in the second house. Sun and Moon, I think, came out when we were in the third place. Actually, no, Sun and Moon came out when I lived in an apartment with my two of my friends. I remember that because I was doing I was playing through all the Pokemon games to, like, I always do that whenever a new game comes out. Like, I'm trying to Thunderbolt, or Thunder Shock at you, dude. I'm dumb. When Fire Emblem Three Houses came out, I played through as many of the games as I possibly could. I got through all of them, barring Genealogy and Thracia. I've still never played those. I want to, but I've never gotten around to it. But, I think I was at the end of Platinum before Sun and Moon dropped. Because I remember talking about how much of a badass Cynthia is, and then proceeding to get fucking mollywopped by the girl. And then this has just turned into story time while I'm looking for Totodile 2 Water Boogaloo. Let's see. Yeah, Sun and Moon came out while I was in the apartment. I think maybe Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out around that time too. Can't say for sure, mostly just because at that point my brain is a little bit fuzzy. And then it was just a long time before Sword and Shield came out. I think when Sword and Shield dropped, I had moved up to where I currently live here in Vancouver. And we lived in a condo that my parents owned, which is mostly just because my brother moved up here. He lived in his own place. My sister moved up after him. Then Mom was just like, hey, we're gonna like get a condo for you guys, and then eventually we'll move into it. So we were basically just warming the seat for her. But my sister and my mom had a spat. My sister moved out, and then I moved in her place, basically. And yeah, I think that was around the time Sword and Shield came out. Or actually, no, I'm thinking of when Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. So yeah, I think maybe the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out later. I mean, they probably did, but I'm just trying to put names to faces is the best way I can put it. I think when we lived in the townhouse that I currently live in, that is when Sword and Shield came out. And there's a lot that I like to Sword and Shield. Like, again, music's really good. I like a good chunk of the designs for Pokemon. But I also wasn't too happy with how it turned out. Like, there wasn't a whole lot to it. And I really don't like having, like, your only bonus content being Battle Tower. Mostly because I don't really like doing breeding for like breeding a Pokemon and then just like doing all this buckus to do the battle tower, because it doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot to it, barring, you know, little bits. Granted, my favorite battle tower-esque thing is PWT, because that is some of the tightest fucking shit. I will say I'm very easy to hit with nostalgia, mostly because like my favorite Pokemon post-game things is PWT, where you get to fight gym leaders and champions of old games, and that's super cool. And then the other one that I really like is Team Rainbow Rocket, where you get to fight the old big bosses, and that really says a lot about who I am, I guess. I'm a very nostalgic person. Guess you could probably guess that by the fact that I'm playing, you know, Pokemon Crystal. Endeavoring to play some Pokemon Stadium T. There's a big part of me that just like, we're almost to the 3-hour mark, and it's like, I want to stop, but I don't want to... Hold on. Ugh. Apparently I'm tired. But I don't want to just like come back into the next stream and be like, alright, we're looking for more Totodile. So I think we're just going to catch the Totodile, and then that'll be the end of the stream, so it'll just be more story time with good old Uncle Dustin. I gotta say, at the wedding, they did a really neat thing for like the sign-in book to be like, oh, who showed up and all that, and like memories and all that. They had a... Oh, fuck, what's the name of it? It's one of the cameras where, like, you take the picture, the thing prints it out, and then you gotta, like, shake it or do, like, let it develop immediately or whatever it is. I can't think of the name of it for the life of me for some odd reason. But, we were told to basically take a picture, be it a selfie or just get someone else to do it, and then sticker it into the book. My picture, I looked like the estranged uncle that like not very many people talk about in the family, but like they all know they're there, they still kind of like you, but just like you're never at the forefront. It's just like, oh yeah, he's part of the family. Like I just look like that dude. I look kind of stoned, to be honest. That's probably why it didn't help. Granted, I think the main reason I thought Estranged Uncle was because of the development process changed the color of my glasses a little bit, and so they had kind of like a maroon tint to it. Like that's the best way I could put it. And so it just looked like some exotic glasses, and I was in my tux. I just looked like a total dork. Granted, all of the groomsmen were in white button-ups and suspenders, so it's live and learn, I guess. No, that's not the right way to put it. It's just I find suspenders to be very interesting. Oh, Kita's, he's back. Have you been listening to like my entire rant on just like memories and shit? I've been here. So you've just been hearing me ramble while I look for this goddamn little blue bitch. Just working on stuff. What are you working on? Stuff for your stream, or is it more oriented to art? Future subathon. I have no idea what a subathon is. Like, some of the people I follow do those, and I'm just like, alright, this sounds cool, I don't know what's going on. It's an extended stream with goals for a certain amount of subs. Okie-doke. So it's just like, get together, I'm gonna do a big stream, and just like, it incentivizes just like, hey, sub to me, I'd appreciate it sort of shit. an example, 25 subs, I'll dye my hair. Okie doke. Chat gets to choose stuff. Okie doke. So what's gonna be your, like, subathon goal? And I guess when you reach the goal, what will you do? I just need this goddamn Totodile to show up. Though I also kind of just want to hit level 18 first. If I hit level 18, I can paralyze him. That betters my chances of catching the fucker, but I just want to catch him and be done with it. I have several, but most of the notable are Hair Dye, Blindfolded Valorant, Chat Makes an Emote, $30 Amazon giveaway, and Made Outfit with a wig. Oh, wow, you got a lot planned out. My question is, like, do you already have the maid outfit? No, I haven't been lucky enough to get one. Well, not the phrasing I'd put it, but I guess that's fair. I don't think my my dad belly would let me wear a maid outfit. Or at least not exactly look good in one. I'm not even a dad. I just I just don't exercise. They have stuff to make you turn skinny. I mean, I don't think anything in the world would make me is it a girdle? I think that's what it's called. Or corset, or whatever you want to call it. I don't think anything in the world would ever get me into one of those. I have hard enough trouble putting on my suit as is. Like, quite literally, $50 dono gets me to wax my legs. Oh, jeez! Oh! Oh! Oh, that sounds uncomfortable. Like, I don't even have particularly hairy legs. My roommate does. We used to, like, play this dumb game. It was called Odd or Even, and you basically just like grab leg hairs and then you just tell them odd or even, and if they have to guess either one, and then you just pull it out and then see how many you pull out, and if it's odd or even, like, that determines if you do it again or not. And he always says, like, whenever we play odd or even, I always lose, mostly just because we're pulling out so much hair. I have some dumb friends. And I say dumb in, like, the most loving way possible. Like, at the wedding, I'm not very much of a dancer. Like, mostly just because of my bad leg, but, all I know is if I gotta do the maid outfit, I'm going all out. I mean, I think the chat would hope you do. Just wear a shirt that looks like a maid outfit. I used to have a shirt that looked like a tuxedo. So dumb. But, like, at the wedding, we had a friend who, I don't know if he used to be or if he still is, but he was a DJ. And so he's very adept at just, like, pulling people into the crowds and, like, making them dance. And I had to hop into the circle and dance a few times, and I definitely grinded my ass on some of my friends. I don't dance much. I'm hardly good at it, but there was a lot of ass grinding in that wedding party. Honestly, I wonder if anyone got videos. God is what you are. Well, I mean, it could be worse. My group of friends is very, like, we're very comfortable in our sexuality. Like, in the most point of it being on the fact that just, like, most of us are married. Like, I'm definitely single, but there's a lot of the boys that are married. one of the dudes who's just like the center point of like one side of the friend group, when he gets drunk, he's just like he is not afraid to kiss a man. And so we were out doing the like pre-party for the wedding. Like we went to a place, they had a pool, we ordered like the people who were setting it up ordered like 25 boxes of pizza, and there was just so much. And so like we were all swimming and shit, and like he got tipsy enough that like we were just like talking about like dumb shit and just like how much we appreciate each other, and he just went around kissing the other dudes, just like straight up kissing. And I'm just like, congrats to this guy, absolute mad lad. Assert dominance. Yeah, pretty much. Like like a good chunk of them have to tell their wives they got kissed by our friend, and I mean, for the most part, all of them would just be like, nice. That's honestly the big thing that I'm really happy with my group of friends, is just like, it is some of the like nicest people I have ever met, and that extends to the significant others, because that's usually a big thing that I kind of worry about when it comes to like involving stuff like that, is like sometimes the wives are not so friendly with the guys, but basically all of the wives that have joined our friend group because they like married into it, they've just like seamlessly integrated into our group, and they're just like just there to party. It's pretty dank. I feel that though. Like it's nice. Like, really, that's the first thing that I'd probably look for in a girl now, is just, like, you gotta be comfortable enough with the fact that, like, the boys are still, like, a pretty big part of my life, and if anything, you gotta be willing to, like, join in with the boys. Like, there's a lot of girls who came to that wedding, and we're just like, listen, we know that you are a female, but you are part of the boys. Okay, well, I got Thunderwave, so now we just gotta find that fucking Totodile, and maybe things will work. As it should be. Yeah. Yeah. I just want this goddamn gator to show up, but he's a 1%. Just like the consequences of my own actions here. I'm the reason he's at a 1%. I should have, like, at least given him a 5. I think I've run into a few of the 5% encounters in here. Oh, rat! Man, I'm just trying to think of some of the other shit that our group has done. One of the dumb things that we've done, when I lived with two of my friends, like, we all had really terrible sleep schedules. Like, our friend Alan used to stay up until, like, 4 in the morning. Because he's a writer, so he would just stay up late as shit writing. And no, not you, our like other Alan, basically. Like he would stay up at 4 in the morning, and I lived with him for a while, and I got to see firsthand just how bad his sleep schedule was. But since we all had terrible sleep schedules, every once in a while we would just like all be up really late, and it's just like, hey, we're all hungry. What do we want to do? And I remember one time we all agreed we just wanted McDonald's nuggets. And so we just like piled up into one of the cars, went to the drive-thru, and it's so dumb. I don't remember who was driving, but like we pulled up to the drive-thru, they did their usual spiel, and we were just like, yeah, we'd like to order 100 nuggets, and we just kind of like heard a sigh, and then very faintly in the background, it's just like, 100? And they were just pissed because it was late at night. So, I mean, we had to sit there and wait for them to cook all of it, because you don't usually prep 100 nuggets for the night shift. So, like, we did that. There'd be times where some of us would, like, go to Mickey D's, and fucking buy just an asinine amount of burgers. We do have a thing, like, I don't know how many people know it as such, but there's a thing apparently called the McGangbang, and it's buying a McDouble and a McChicken, and then you take the chicken patty out and stick it between the burger patties, and then just eat that as a sandwich, and it's just like, that sounds interesting, but dear lord. The only reason that I can remember that is because I had to stop by somewhere to get something to eat on my way through Boise, and we had to stop by like a McDonald's because it's like the only place that was close by to where we were going. And so the dude behind us ordered a McDouble and a McChicken, and I think it was my friend Lucas. He just started laughing because it was just like, I think I know what that guy's doing. There's a lot of weirdness in our group, just a lot of dumb shit. During, I forget if it was a birthday party or if it was a celebration for our Alan publishing one of his books. My brother showed up with a whole ass bottle of vodka, like it's one of those really big ones, and then he himself like drank 95% of that bottle of vodka and got fucked up. And I got to witness Russian magic because he like went out into the patio and just like threw up over the balcony. I mean, we were first floor, so like no splash factor or anything, but he threw up into the garden section basically. And just like, I don't think we ever cleaned it up or anything, but the earth reclaimed what was theirs basically. And from that point on, a flower grew out of where he threw up. And I remember delivering a pizza really close to that apartment. I think at the time they moved out, so no one was in that place anymore. And I had to deliver a pizza close by because I was working Domino's. And it had snowed really fucking hard the day before. So we just had like, I want to say 6 inches of snow. Is like four to six inches of snow. And I just see a flower poking up through the fucking snow, growing as like nothing wrong was happening, because it was empowered by Russian magic. And that one sticks with me for quite a while. Yeah, like it's really interesting to think about, but still really gross. Let's see, other dumb shit my friends and I have done. There's just like way too much to think about, because it's just like there's the like, so my group of friends is really neat. So growing up, for the most part, I made 3 friends. There's me, and then my friend Tori, Chase, and Joe, and all 3 of them, like, we all met in like grade school. We were all little kids basically. I think Chase and Tori met me in 1st grade. Joe met me in 2nd grade. Then that was it. We didn't really have any other friends for quite a while. And then Tori worked at a place called the Flying Fish. It was a sushi restaurant that was not so well managed. Like, if I remember correctly, the guy who owned it, like the official owner, bought it for his son to use as a business venture, to like show him the ropes, I guess. And the dude was just so bad at managing his money. Like, they literally had a time limit whenever they got paid, basically. And if you didn't get paid, like if you didn't cash the check in that time limit, it would bounce because they only had such a limited amount of money to pay off, I guess. Like, I think you'd still get the money like later, but it's just you had to wait for it. And so it was always a mess. I mean, I think there's a few times that our Alan showed up and just gave everyone pop brownies. So there's people who are high as fuck behind the sushi bar. It's so bad. But Tori met Lucas first at Flying Fish, and they bonded over Borderlands. I think it was Borderlands 2 at the time. And then they just like slowly integrated our friend groups together, and now it's just like some of the best people I've ever met, and I am always happy to like know them. And it is just weird thinking of the sheer amount of history there is, because like me, I was super voice cracky. It is very sweet. Like it is a very like I'm a very sentimental person, as I've mentioned before, and I'm very happy and I feel very blessed with this group. But it's very jarring because out of my group of friends, Tori is the oldest, and that's only because he like it's due to months. Like he is 1 year older than me by technicality. Like at this moment, it's 2 because, or no, it's 1 because we haven't gotten to his birthday yet. But like, basically we have like about a 1 year difference between me and Tori, and then like a 1 year difference between me and Joe. So like I'm 24 right now. I think Tori's 25. He's gonna be 26 here soon. And then we scooch over to like Alan and like the other side of the friend group. I think Alan is like the oldest, and he's like 28. And it's just like, it's not a very big jump, but it's just like we've got people who are close to 30 and already like they're getting married and all this shit, and like they're doing all this cool stuff. It just feels really weird thinking about how far away some of us are from each other, like in the terms of just like where we are in life. But it also means that there's a bunch of really dumb stories from their side of things that I know nothing about. Apparently our friend Preston, his house was haunted, and literally just paranormal activity would happen in his basement. I mean, I guess you could say that out of context and it'd be an innuendo of sorts, but you know. But yeah, there's like stuff like that. We had a initiation ritual called Cola, and it was this really crappy off-brand just cola soda that we had, or that our Alan had. And you had to just like chug a bunch of it, and it just didn't taste great. And it's just like, that's like, depending on how much you could drink was just like where you were seated in the placement of the boys and all that. And it was just so dumb, but I got a good laugh out of that. I think, 6 o'clock rolled around. Because I just realized that the music changed a little bit, and that happens when it turns nighttime. Because the battle music is slightly different between daytime and nighttime battles, which is really interesting touch. I will say, currently the most like aggravating thing with my friend group is like we're all going in like different directions for moving out of my hometown. So as far as I know, 2 of the boys are staying in the hometown. And now it's like a split between some are moving to Boise, some are moving to Portland. Or, Vancouver mostly. Because we're all just trying to stay out of Portland, barring like going in for specific things. But not a lot of us would really want to live in Portland itself. But, currently, barring like my group of friends, because Chase, Joe, and Tori all live really close to me. It's a Whooper. Yeah, we're in the nighttime cycle. Whooper only shows up at night. Look at his face. The closest boy is our friend Travis, who lives like, I want to say 4 hours away. And it is a absolute pain in the keister, but we love seeing him because he is just like the manliest dude I have ever met. Like, he's just, like, got a full fucking beard. He has long-ass hair. Very, like, charismatic. Like, really good dude. And we have to call him the Wolf King because he has 2 dogs. Both of them are Malamute wolf mixes, so they are just, like, big and rambunctious. And one of them's just, like, always ready to pick a fight, but the dude is just built enough to, like, deal with that. And he also works at a prison as, like, one of the guards, so he knows how to fight. Yeah, like, we had to sit there and think on just, like, if we had to pick a fighting matchup, who would give Travis the most trouble? And we kind of decided it was just, like, the 3 biggest dudes. Like, it'd be me, Preston, and Eric. Like, Preston is now just, like, a big little mass of muscle. Like, he's gone to the gym, and he's just a thick dude now. Eric went to the gym for a long time. He's gotten a little bit softer now, but he's still pretty built. And I just have a massive amount of retard strength because I'm dumb as shit. I mean, by technicality, I'm built like an ox, but I'm very unrefined. I don't really do a whole lot of exercising. So if I do go to the gym and, like, stick with it, I could probably be a pretty big dude. But I'd rather stay at home and play video games with you people. But, yeah, we had to do that. I learned through Travis as to why if you hit someone with mace as an officer, you're never supposed to hit them with a taser afterwards, because the taser can ignite the mace. And that was something I never knew, and I learned that through him because he told us about a story. We also learned to be trained to use mace, you have to, like, get maced and then, like, fight someone, I think. It's just, like, try to learn how to deal with it. And so it's just like, man, this dude has just done so much shit, and it's like, I don't ever want to fight him because I don't think, even with, like, Preston or Eric, I don't think we could take him. The dude's kind of scary. He's also an absolute sweetheart, but the idea of him being angry is scary as fuck. Oh, why has this got to be a 1% encounter? Why did I ruin this for myself? I've spent like 2 hours looking for a Totodile. I ran into one, and I ran out of Pokeballs. Whoop-er. Listen, I love your adorable face, but you're not the water type I'm looking for. I'm glad I was smart and made sure the Totodile shows up in all 3 sets of encounter tables, but man, it's still all 1%. My ear, why do you itch? I don't appreciate. I think it's just like a little bit of my hair is like poking through or like stuck underneath my headset. So what's new? Not much. I got back from my trip yesterday. We went down to Boise for the wedding. So at the moment, I am just recuperating because I pulled so many fucking muscles playing disc golf. That and helping them move shit around for the wedding. I didn't do a whole lot of moving, but I did a fair bit of heavier lifting. And I am sore. So for the moment, I am just taking my time to relax and have a fun stream. I mean, it's a little less fun because of this goddamn Totodile. But what about you? Anything new on your end? Just chilling in DoorDash. DoorDash isn't like you're delivering, or are you ordering DoorDash? Delivery? So you're delivering. My my friend's girlfriend actually does DoorDash, and she says it's like pretty interesting, mostly just because you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff, but other than, you know, getting the food to the people and making sure it's right. Goddamn rock. I had another story pop up in my head, but now I can't remember it, and I'm kind of sad. Oh, wait, no, I remember it now. In our Discord group, because we have a Discord group, we've had a few, but we had to keep changing to because we had a few mistakes happen. Our original one was called Exotic Sharts, because that was our Destiny clan name. And now we are 7 Sovereigns, which is a lot nicer. One of our other ones is called Black Nasty, and I don't know what he was implying for that one. But we have a dude named, I want to say it's Justin or TJ, one of the two of them, have the nickname the Pizza Fairy. Whenever they get drunk, they will just order pizza for other people in the Discord. I've been visited by the Pizza Fairy once, and it was kind of nice. I got a big old pizza, and he threw on a dessert as well, and I was a very happy person. I have one of those sanitation wipes just on my desk because I had it with me on the airplane ride. And there's like a part of me that just like wants to slam my fist on it and see if it explodes, but I also don't want to make that mess because my cat likes to come in here, and I don't want her to lick up any of the sanitizing BS because, you know, it's gonna be expensive. I think when I eventually start up Sunday, like start doing Sunday scribbles, I'm definitely gonna use face cam for that one, mostly just because it's gonna be like very uninteresting if I don't do that anything like that, and I'd for sure have to show off my cat to the stream. Sunday scribbles. So it's what I have planned. I'm trying to motivate myself to work more on my writing. So it'll basically be on Sundays. It'll be kind of like a chill, just chatting stream, but in the background, I'll be working on my writing stuff, and I'll just be open to like questions anyone's might have. So I'm probably just gonna like do something to. I don't know exactly. I'm still working on ideas for it, but it'll just be like I'll do face cam for sure, and I'll just basically be sitting there working on my writing and have open questions and chatting with people whenever I can. Because I've been sitting here thinking of ideas for my characters, and I've even gone so far to revise some of their designs, but I haven't drawn them because I don't feel comfortable with my own art style, and B, I've not really done a whole lot in my writing. I got like kind of the prologue put together, and I've been putting ideas for like tidying it up and getting more of the story put together, but even then I need to actually put words to paper, and I have a hard time finding motivation between doing work and trying to stream. So I thought, you know, I might as well like mix the two. I might as well write while I stream, and you know, that might fix my problem. So that's why, for the most part, with my current work schedule, Sundays and Tuesdays are my like go-to days off. Because Sundays will be Sunday scribbles, and Tuesdays will be turn-based Tuesdays, where I'll play shit like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest and Persona and all that. Goddamn Totodile. I'm so pissed I ran out of Pokeballs on that first encounter. Onyx, you son of a bitch! He makes fucking rocks! At this point, with how much, like, going back and forth I'm doing, I'm half expecting to run into a shiny. And I'm gonna feel really bad if it's not, like, a shiny Totodile, because I don't want to kill it, but I also don't want to waste my, my Pokeballs, considering that he's got a really low catch rate. Wah! What's the wah for? Are you doing an Onyx imitation? Yeah, I could see it being an wah. No, it's just something I say when I'm intrigued. Ah! Yeah, hopefully I can get some more stuff together for Sunday Scribbles. Because I want to, like, get to a point where either I feel comfortable with my own art and I can post it on there, or I can just, you know, get big enough that people will do art for me. I mean, I'd probably still want to pay them and all that, but either or. I'm very happy with my characters. I'm even more happy with, like, some of their redesigns. And now it's just a matter of I need to put it all together. Whoop-er! Whooper, look, I know you're water type, but you're not the one I'm here for. Please leave. Leave and take your Wi-Fi with you. Back for more. Whooper is a real pooper. They just keep showing up and taunting me with their blue palettes. You know, there's a part of me that really wants to figure out a DS capture card, just so then I can, like, do a playthrough of, like, Pokemon Platinum, and then do a run-through of Pokemon Battle Revolution, because that was a fun time, honestly, the last time I played Revolution. I also need to play through, Why Not Emulate? Well, it's more so on the connecting side. Like, I could emulate Pokemon Platinum, I can do it pretty easily, but I don't know if I can properly emulate a connection between the DS and a Wii emulator. I mean, maybe Dolphin would be able to do it, but emulation does not do good for interpersonal, or like, yeah, interpersonal connections between them. I mean, if you try hard enough, you can kind of emulate the Game Boy Color connection thingy that you could do to do like Game Boy Player, and I think Four Swords did that. Basically where you just have like a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy SP as a controller. But I also do want to do playthroughs of Coliseum and excuse me, Gale of Darkness. Even more so on the fact that I found out there is a Pokemon Coliseum randomizer. Which I don't know if I still have, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know if I picked up the randomizer before or after my hard reset on my PC. These are the questions that will haunt me to the end of my days. Zoo Batman. I was trying to think of like a good like and Robin name, but I couldn't really think of anything because the first thing that came up to my head was a really dumb name that one of my friends has for like Steam and shit. Like we've had a few collections of like really dumb Steam names. Like for the longest time, my roommate was Gnarly Brown in the Great Blumpkin. I'm just gonna let that one sit for a bit. And then, let's see. That's about the reaction I figured. The one that came to mind first was Sir Throbbin Hood of Coxley, which is a pretty good one, honestly. Like, that's clever. For a while on Steam, mine was Jehovah's Thickness, and I kind of proud of that one, kind of not proud of that one. It's weird middle ground. Also, I know like my current total subs is 4, but I don't know if like how many sub points I have. Because if I have more, I need to look into. I need to check and see if I can add another emote, because I would love more. Because I still have 3 that's just like sitting on the back burner. I just couldn't put all of them in at once. Oh, rat! Tata. I'm already beginning to doubt, like, if I put the Totodile in the nighttime one, but I know I put it in the nighttime encounter table. It's just 1% is so dumb. Why did I do this to myself? There's not really any way that I can fix this, because I'm live, and, B, Totodile is like the lowest level Pokemon here, so I can't do any of the repel strats to encounter him. Because I have the Togepi, and that would allow me to encounter the Totodile at level 5, but everything else is higher level, so they would just be thrown into the mix too, and it's bonk-honkulous. Man, this is just gonna be 3 to 4 hours of me trying to catch a goddamn Totodile. Well, I guess encounter it first. You know, I really wish I took some videos of the wedding. Mostly just the parties, because some of those would be fun to share. Bruh, I had an old Skype name that I can't say. Is it, like, that bad? Like, I kind of want to know now. Like, DM me that on Discord. I really want to see. If it's a certain... Oh. Okay. Fair. I can already kind of put together as to what you had it as. I mean, in all honesty, that's a pretty clever one. It's dorky as shit, but, you know, and awful. Could be worse. It was clever. Like, Like that's a good use of wordplay at the very least. Well, I guess maybe not good use, but you know. Had a picture of Kermit in a robe watering plants. Oh, that reminds me. I keep really dumb nicknames for my friends in my phone. And so, my roommate, who is Italian, he has a lot of Italian heritage. I have him in my phone as Deep Dish Italian. And his little brother is Thin Crust Italian. So, like, that's just like a little bit of what I do. My friend Preston is Freshton Copperballs. I have two people in my phone under Daddy. The one is Nog Daddy and the other one is Pokey Daddy. We've got Swolberham Eric. Let's see. Family. Oh, Ness Thick. And one of my friends is Pants. Just Pants. And like it's one of the dumbest nicknames I've given to someone just because of how I got it. Me and him went to the local Taco Bell back in my hometown, and like we were just waiting for the food and all that, and they called out his name, and for some reason I heard it as Pants. There's no reason for me to have heard it as Pants, but I did. And I just like started laughing at that, and I thought it was so funny. I put him as that in my phone. And for the longest time, his profile picture in my phone was like a pair of pants that were just like so fucking starched that they were standing up on their own. When Hasu and I worked together, I couldn't call him Bean with the rest of that in front of the others, so I called him Beanbag. So, okay, why did you call him Bean? Or like, why was Bean the go-to? Ah! Okay. Respectable. That just cleared up everything. Man, that just makes me think of a joke, but I don't know if I can say it on Twitch without getting someone mad at me. Funny thing is the moment we were back at the restaurant is no holding back. Oh yeah, no, I 100% get that. Like, there's a lot of times where, like, I'd make friends with people that I worked with, and we would just, like, say dumb shit, but it'd be, like, fairly mundane. The instant that we were out of earshot, like, it was just dumb shit, full tilt, no filter. I am going to have an aneurysm just over this goddamn Totodile. I think anything is funny in the right context. It's true. I mean, look at Family Guy. Like, they do pretty good with some out of context shit and then some in context shit. Man, after the stream, I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. I mean, I'm probably gonna eat because I'm starting to feel it, but I don't know if I'm gonna play more Miitopia or play more Fire Emblem. You're not gonna say a dead person joke in front of a person who lost someone. I mean, not really, unless, like, it's a good friend, and then, even then I might do it. I mean, one of my friends has literally made a, like, not having a dad joke in the Discord when, like, 2 to 3 people in our group doesn't have a dad, so... It's shit like that. He was so fucking embarrassed. But yeah, like, after this... But I mean, like, recently. It's true. I mean, that's fair. There is a waiting period. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna play more Fire Emblem Fates because I've been playing through that again, or I'm gonna play some Miitopia. Both of those sound kind of nice. But what sounds nicer is getting this goddamn Totodile. Whooper, you son of a bitch. So actually, on the note of Fire Emblem Kitas, I know that you've played a little bit. What's your favorite class? Because that's a question I like asking to see what people enjoy. Typical swordsman. So do you like sword master? Don't know the classes. So okay, do you prefer a swordsman that's like built around dodging more and doing crits, or do you like having a little bit of bulk and can also wield axes? Speedy. Okay, so yeah, probably swordsman and like swordsmaster. Because yeah, a lot of times swordsmaster is a class that's built around being really fast, having high dodge chance, and usually having a lot of crit. There's some cases where they don't. Personally, my favorite class is kind of it's between the hero class, which is the swordsmaster or like the swordsman that can also wield axes and like very well-rounded stats, or the Great Knight. I'm a big fan for like a unit that has a lot of physical tankiness like a knight or a general, but having the mobility of a cavalier, and so just like a highly armored horseback unit sounds fantastic to me. I feel it. Mostly it's just like, it feels weird because for a while when I was playing Fire Emblem, I really, really liked Swordsmaster and Berserker because they're both classes that are just like built to do a lot of damage in their own ways. Swordsmaster is a good dodge tank, like they can evade a lot of stuff and they can crit a lot. There's a Swordsmaster in Roy's game that if you do a certain setup on him, he can reach past he can go over 100% chance to crit, which is really dumb. I think he can hit like a 107. Which one is Lucina? Lucina is a Lord character, so she is a swordsmaster, like she's a swordsman or swordswoman, I guess, if you're being technical. But when you promote her in her base game, she also gains lances, so she can use swords and lances in her final form, I guess. And then Berserkers are also really good because they can hit really hard. They tend to have a high crit chance. Though the problem is like they usually trade off with a really low chance to hit. But recently I've kind of delved more into like I like having a little bit more weapon diversity, so I've leaned more towards hero for swordsmasters and I don't really use them that much. And for berserkers I tend to lean more towards warrior. I've always favored characters who can use evil power for good. I mean, I guess in that case you'd probably like the druid class from the GBA games, because their entire shtick is like using dark magic. I guess any of the dark mages really. That means, with that in mind, I actually know a character from my writing you'd probably like. Granted, he only hits that point in Book 2 onwards. Where is this goddamn gator? My character Zephyr is an amnesiac devil with bloodmancy, but he's a weenie, so he struggles to control it. Yeah, I could go into some very big detail on my writing, because there's a lot of danger in some of the works that I have on my end. Like, I'm gonna go into a little bit. So when I love OC lore, same here. Like, I really enjoy world building. That's where I've done a lot of world building for my stuff. I just have trouble putting like story together. But so like when a person is born, they usually have a element assigned to them. Just like they'll come out and they'll have an element they work best with. But there's some very unique cases as to like what happens with that. So like usually if you're born with the element of fire, like your body tends to be like a little bit warmer than usual, and you can work well in warm environments. Cold, a little bit less so. Well, I guess more so vice versa. You can do better in cold, but you can overheat really easily, stuff like that. But there's two major things if you're born with light element and dark element. So if you're born with light, it's very mundane at the start. Like for the first couple of years, like you don't really see any changes. But when you start getting to about like 7 to 10 years old, your hair color changes to a pure white. Like you just lose anything from that would tell you otherwise, and that's your first sign that hey, you were born with light element. And it can be very dangerous to have it, because if you don't know how to train it, it can kind of come out all at once, and usually like a burst of magic, and is very deadly. So like it's kind of a danger to others thing. So there is a thing for in like all major cities that if a child is born with the light element, when they reach the age where their light magic starts manifesting, they'll be taken in by the Paladin Corps to train and like understand how to deal with their magic. On the flip side, darkness is incredibly dangerous. It is basically a parasite of sorts. So, excuse me. You can gain a lot of power by gaining dark element. You can kind of transfer elements to people in various ways, depending on what element it is. But darkness is very parasitic, so when you gain darkness element, it will attempt to drain your life for everything you've got, basically. So when a baby is born with it, most of them will die right out because they don't have enough like natural vitality to deal with it. So very few of them kind of make it past like age 3. So you can kind of give it to other people. In some cases, that's used to kill people. Like it's an way to assassinate people. It's a very like slow, meticulous way to do it. So like you can kind of, it's a really hard way to do it. But if you can infect someone with darkness, then you can basically just kill them slowly if you know that they don't have like enough natural vitality and stuff like that. But it allows you to kind of augment yourself, sort of thing. So the first major villain of my rating is someone who is just like, he was born with the darkness element. He was born with a rare genetic magic power called Umbrakinesis. There we go. I changed it to be a little bit more fanciful. And so he can kind of control shadows, but he can't go through them. He can't use them to travel or anything, but he can kind of use it like small ways to like, I don't know, it's a really weird way to put it. He can fight through shadows, basically. Like, he can like send a burst of magic through a shadow and it can pop out where another shadow is. So staying in somewhere that's very not well lit is dangerous, but it's also at the cost of your own vitality. So you have to keep a constant balance to where you don't draw too much of the magic, because if you draw too much and wear yourself out, it'll pull you in and just kind of eat you alive, sort of shit. So, he's just a big problem, basically, because he's also born with another rare, well, I say genetic, but it is a magical mutation that was given to the planet by a overarching dragon. Like, there's dragons that are in control of certain areas of the world, and one of them was like, being a dragon's kind of cool. I want to share this with the mortals. So he bequeathed them a magical mutation called Draconicism, and when you obtain it, parts of your body kind of change. So in some cases, it's a lot of internal stuff, so you can suddenly like breathe fire, or you have a gigantic pool of mana, basically, because mana is, or like your magical energy is kind of like a muscle. You can pull from your pool of mana, and if you do a lot and then rest, you'll gain more. Kind of like working a muscle and getting stronger in that way. But if you pull from your mana and you don't have any left, you'll start pulling from your own like life essence and your ability to function as a person, I guess, is the best way to put it. And so Draconicism can give you like greater magical ability, it can give you greater strength, greater vitality, which is one of the things that the main villain of Book 1 got. He's afflicted with Draconicism, and he has just like a lot of dark magic. One of the main things he got is Draconic Vitality, so he is incredibly durable. Like, he can take a beating and get up like nothing happened, basically. So he's just a monster of a fighter and very rough and tumble. So he's a gigantic pain in the ass, basically. And it's so much to the point where, like, he doesn't even get beat in Book 1. Like, just shit happens and they get kind of sent... He gets pushed his own direction along with some of the other characters. And so in Book 2, one of the main characters kind of turns to him and is like, hey, I know we were just trying to kill you, but you were kind of kicking all our asses. Like, we had a 4-on-1 advantage and you were leading that shit. I want to learn how to do that to protect my friends. Like, teach me. And he just kind of like pesters the main villain into doing that, and so he eventually kind of gives in and gives it to him, and that is where one of the major characters kind of turns a descent into the dark. Mostly, the main reason that he does it is because he thinks, I can turn this kid into another warrior, because when you gain darkness, there's also kind of two subsets to it. There's emotional, and so it's kind of like you pull from a rage to power it. So there's emotional and primal darkness. So emotional darkness is just like a lot of feeling, a lot of like thinking about things that like you don't appreciate or you don't like in your life, and stuff like that. So that's how you can kind of power it that way. Primal revolves around your baser instincts taking over, and it's the much more dangerous yet stronger version of it. So in a case of like, I guess for the case of the main character, or the character who gets afflicted with it in Book 2, his darkness is primal, and it's because his baser instincts, like, he's carnivorous, so his baser instincts just pester him, basically, into, like, eat this person, like, devour everything, gain more power, like, stuff like that. And so the main villain sees that and is just like, I want to use this for my own gain, and starts training him and all that shit. And so he kind of leads him down a darker path, and towards the end of Book 2, he kind of gets to the point of just like, I'm not doing the right thing and I need to fix myself. And so he does eventually get back to like the good guy side sort of thing. And that is a point where the character becomes a element of evil who's using his powers for good, basically. So that is a big ol' lore spiel from me, because I have a lot of stuff that I've worked on for my writing. Also, I'm just sad this entire time there was not a single Totodile. Like, you goddamn bastards. I might just try to look for them out, like, offline, because I definitely want to eat something at this point. And at the very least, like, I knew, since it's a Totodile and that's my favorite Pokemon, I was going to save naming him for myself. So it wouldn't be too much of a surprise as to what I name him if you watched the Nuzlocke that I did. So I might just do something like that. Name him Dustman. See, that's funny because that's the name of one of my, like, that's one of the names of one of the dudes in my Discord group, or the name that he goes by is like Dustman and then like a bunch of numbers or something. But no, my go-to name currently for a Totodile to Feraligatr is Goss, because mostly, like, my original name for him was Fang, and then I watched I think it was a Pokemon Gold speedrun at GDQ, and the name that won the thing was Goss, and I thought it was, like, that was the coolest fucking name, and I was like, I like this, I like that for it, and I've just stuck with it for now. Goddamn rats. Okay, well, this has been a, like, Pog, my boy. Just name him Pog. I mean, it'd fit considering Pog-a-Gator. Let's just do that. Okay, actually, considering everything, I'm probably just going to do it offline, because I'm also probably going to want to try to grind him up. Get him up to the same level as the other two. So, I think this will be it for now. We're just going to save. And I am a little sad that I didn't get to go as far as I was hoping. But, you know, 1%, that's what happens. So, that'll be it for now. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I'm excited to go through this. I know I talked a lot because there was not a whole lot going on, so bear with me as we go further into this adventure. So, I think I'll most likely be streaming tomorrow as well. I have tomorrow off, so it'll probably be like a 2 or 3 o'clock one. So I hope to see you guys there, and I hope you take care of yourself tonight, and have yourself a good one.